Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Hey, we done made it to another Friday. We done made it
I
to
can't believe it.
We done made it to a Friday. Oh, I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. Jay Black, good morning.
Here's your ticket. Mounting to the
Get a drummer, get wicked. Oh,
Hey,
Friday, people. Morning all.
good morning.
Today is Friday.
what up, Mo? What's going on? Good morning, sexy Mo.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, the deep breath, the exhale. No,
Yes.
leave it alone. It's Friday. Leave it alone. It's all good.
Yes.
No matter what you're going through, it's Friday. I don't give a damn what you're going through. Shawnee Scott, you good?
I'm good. You good? You ready for today?
Yeah, I'm ready. We got things to go
you got to
on.
sell tickets today, right? You remember?
We got to sell
6
tickets
o'clock?
today. Then I got to get to your spot 6 o'clock and rock out with you, and which is good because it's Friday, so I can hang out. Always have a good time with Shawnee. We wind up doing stuff that has nothing to do with the work that we were supposed to be doing, but we're gonna sell tickets today. We're gonna sell tickets. I get to see the track stars, the whole nine. Kathy, good morning, Kat. Wow, Kathy, bright and early in the building.
Hey.
Consistently.
Morning, Kathy.
Wow.
In that number one
Good
tier.
morning.
Kathy in the number one tier. It is a Friday. Hope everybody had a good day yesterday. And we were all rocking out. Kanye West dropped the album. He did the album release. And goodness gracious, like Kanye knows how to get God, he knows how to get this attention.
Yes, he does.
Because there's not a person who's had one bad review on his album. There's not one person. And at the same time, I might be wrong. Jadakiss dropped his album yesterday. Joe Claire, shout out to Joe Claire. Remember him from Rap City? He's a morning
Joe
show host.
Queasy.
Yes.
Joe Cleasy, super cool dude. And he was like, he just dropped the album of the year. LeBron James went on Twitter and Instagram and said, Jadakiss is the most underrated hip-hop artist of all time. I'm sure Jadakiss appreciated that.
I bet he did. From the King.
Then they had I didn't want to get into that this early because I got the list, but I didn't want to get it. Okay. Let's first appreciate Kanye West, Jadakiss, and everything that's going on. Now let's get to this. The Milwaukee Bucks had an incredible parade for their championship. Greek Freak, the whole nine, NBA came, did his thing. Elimination game scored. He did something Michael Jordan never did. Amazing. They had all these people at the parade.
He did something. He did something Michael Jordan never did. You said Giannis?
Yeah, Giannis did something Michael Jordan never did. 50 points. I think it was 12 rebounds, it was one. I only think 3 people did that. But then they find out. Good morning, action. Good morning. Now they're talking about after the parade for the championship, the super spreaders came out.
What?
Yeah. So now Milwaukee has said it's been a spike. I don't know if it's true. I'm just going science. We're supposed to believe science. They said there's been a spike in the Delta variants and variant.
Yes.
And now they're linking it back to, I think it was like, I forget the number of people they said. I think it was like 80,000 people who came out there. And now they're talking about the variant. And Fat Joe said something so funny yesterday, talking about the verses. Fat Joe said, COVID was in the building. God bless. But COVID was in the building.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
The verses, it was packed. You saw it.
But you see, he had on his mask.
Not all the time.
Not the whole
was
time. One of the few.
He kept taking it down so he can scream, and now you expose yourself, Joe.
Yeah.
Go get him, kiss. Yeah,
But they were no mask at that Milwaukee Bucks championship parade. So we'll see where we're going from here, y'all. We'll see where we're going.
You saw in New York they had the thing now with the vaccination is going to be like a requirement or something, right? I saw something.
Yeah, you got to have proof and a card of vaccination and stuff like that. I'm like, it's really weird. We're really like, if we step back, we're in a really weird movie right now. Like we're in a really weird situation where all of a sudden now, I forget what country. Damn, where did I write the country down? Canada said we're putting the vaccination passports. You can't come over if you're not vaccinated. It's just kind
of Canada.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how all this is going down.
Yeah.
Shawnee, with that clip, you got the picture. It was something with vaccinations. I just was curious. Because I know people had them fake cards floating around. So everybody get a fake card, but I heard they verify. They trying to log in and verify.
Have a verification.
New York. So breaking in New York City, bars, restaurants, nightclubs, and gyms will start requiring proof.
And those are easily duplicated. You could duplicate it, laminate your card, and keep it pushing. And that's what they're doing on the black market right now. People are actually buying these cards to go back to work, to get into places.
That's exactly the one I have to the left right here. I got it right there.
Yeah, I got the same one I got. So I'm thinking if that picture is there, we could take a picture of it, print it out, color, whatever, fill it in. Wow.
Technology,
when the comedian Michael Blackson was on the Breakfast Club, they asked him, "Are you vaccinated?" He said, "I got the card." And they were like, "Yeah, but you go to Africa, so you got to get them shots." He said, "You got to get the shots every so many years." He was like, "Are you vaccinated?" He's like, "I got the card." That's crazy. You would think every state would have something different on their card, because that's scary. That's the exact same card. It's really there, and I actually got it organized. I'm right there. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's about to get really ugly, y'all. It's about to get really, really ugly. Damn, what the hell?
That's Shawnee's phone.
Why is it Keisha?
I like Keisha.
Yeah, but Keisha became the spokesperson for the vaccine. That is hilarious. Shout to Keisha, who's now.
The first time I heard Shawnee's phone,
what
I
up,
fell out
Ashley?
laughing.
Ashley, what up, Afro Queen? Yeah, Mike, and we do have a special guest in like 10 minutes. Yesterday, we missed our guest yesterday, but he's going to be in the building. He's actually in the waiting room early. So in the next 10 minutes, we got our guy Eness from Making the Band. We'll get into reminding people exactly who Eness is, but we got him coming up in like 9 minutes.
215.
Yes,
all right, so y'all think what is the bet that y'all think? Do y'all think he has a vaccination card? Do y'all think he has one? Like how much y'all want to bet?
He got it, or did he get it?
They definitely sell them out north. They definitely sell them out West Philly. So
okay, but does he have an authentic one? Like, okay, how about this? I got $1.50.
$1.50.
$1.50. Stop! Don't play me like that, Shawn. Don't play me like that. I got $1.50 that says I got $1.50. He has not gotten vaccinated. Anybody want to take that on? Anybody want to be the opposite?
I feel like, you know what? Because Eness is a battle rapper, so he travels a lot and he's always on the road. He's doing shows still. So I think, with him flying around and battle, and when you battling in those environments, it's tight.
Yeah.
It's you want to cipher.
I saw him.
So where's your $1.50? Where
like this?
I'm taking that bet. I'm betting that Eness got the shot. Well, you said he got the card. I'm betting that he got the card because you said the card.
No, let's do the shot. Let's do the shot because I already know everybody in Philly got the card. I already know everybody got the card. So $1.50 a shot.
It's $1.50 as a shot.
Yeah, Shawnee, $1.50 Eness has the shot. He's gotten both shots or just the Pfizer one. Pfizer was the one shot, right? Wasn't Pfizer the one shot where you just
that was the Johnson & Johnson is the
one. Then you died.
No,
never mind.
Johnson was the 2 shots. That was the nasty
Pfizer was the one shot, right?
Yes, the Pfizer was the money shot.
No. Johnson is the one shot.
And that's why
is it?
Yeah.
See, we shouldn't have played with them. We should have known something. Stephanie, what's going on? Happy Friday. Right back at you. All right,
I'm myself on that stock. It was like $10, $20 a share. Now it's up to like $400 a share.
All right, great. Because goodness God, the fact that a vaccination that was trying to help some people from the pandemic is literally on the stock market should tell you how crazy this is. All right, Shawnee, Eness, what do you got? You got $1.50. He got the shot, don't have the shot. Fully vaccinated, not fully vaccinated. Go with your heart.
He probably got it.
You didn't go with your heart.
He probably got it. I mean, most people I meet have it. They go get it. It's like I'm the only one on the island that hasn't gotten it.
No, Shawnee, we down here. We
okay.
down here together.
Yeah, like
we in this together.
You get your shot? You got your shot? No, I ain't got no shot.
You know what I tell people? Mind your mother effing business.
Okay, well, your turn. Well, I actually, when I agree with you, mind your business, but you can't mind your business because this is the loophole. You can get me sick.
Right. But you can't come to my house asking me, am I vaccinated? Because you ain't got to be in my house.
Good morning, Bobby Holiday. What's good? Hey, Bobby,
Bobby got $1.50 on it.
He's taking it back in this. It's fully vaxxed.
Mike, I'll take the bed fully vaxxed. You really think Eness is fully vaxxed?
So I watched some of his freestyles, some of his latest freestyles since pandemic, and I'm gonna go ahead and take $1.50 from my Jadakiss win and place it on the table and say that he's fully vaccinated.
I would love to know, just for us, just selfish time right now. I would love to know how many people are vaccinated on the rappers on that verses. Because I promise you, them dudes wasn't vaccinated. And
you don't think so?
No. Hell no. Hell no.
Somebody's son died from COVID.
Yes.
Was it Michael J. White?
It was was
it Michael J. White?
Yeah, it was somebody, and it's real. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying I understand.
My aunt and uncle have the Delta variant right now, both in the hospital in Arkansas.
And somebody else, and I feel embarrassed that I didn't write this down. Somebody else is going through it with their family, and we pray. Our prayers go out to everybody going and fighting this. I just don't think Dipset and the Locks, but maybe they did simply because they had to be at Madison Square Garden. But I don't think voluntarily. I got a hard time believing that them cats went and got vaccinated.
They got families, Mike. Everybody got. I got
a family too, but I understand. Like I might be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right on this. I might be wrong.
But y'all got vaccinated. You and Jay are vaccinated.
Right.
Yeah.
I did it late in the game, but I did it. Yeah,
Jay got it 7 minutes ago. Yeah, he just got his shot.
I was going to pay for a card and then realized it's cheaper to just get the free shot than paying $100 for a card. Yeah.
I should not have allowed Jade in my. Jade's. Freudian slip. I should not have allowed Jay Black in my house. Jay Black has been in my house unvaccinated. Stephanie, I get it, but this sucks because the government is leaving up to folks. Now they're leaving it up to folks. Let's be clear. It's about to be mandatory. Watch with these vaccinations. People are supposed to trust you. Mean I have to put your trust in people? Hell no. I got these shots and masked up, but it's about responsibility. And Stephanie, respect your opinion. Not even going to get into the whole thing. All I'm saying is there's a weird thing that's going on in this country. And I've said it 7,000 times. There's a weird thing going on in this country when Joe Biden starts telling people, we'll give you $100 if you get the vaccination.
My parents got theirs yesterday.
Not just the country, the world.
Oh, yeah, the world. But I mean, just in our, we always got to act like there is no world except America. So good morning, y'all. Rise and shine. David Burns, good morning. Glad you up early in the morning. And
excuse me.
And then one guy, who was it? I forget. Should have wrote that down too. Don't ask me to take. I'm telling y'all right now. You want to really get everybody crazy after this variant happens and things get intense? Don't ask me to take another shot.
They already started yesterday. I saw they said Moderna's going to need a boost. The Johnson & Johnson going to need it. They already started that.
Yeah, I'm out.
After 6 months or something like that, I saw on the news.
No, I'm out. That's when I'm out.
You can't be out if you need a new boost because of the Delta to help save. Like you're gonna have to do it.
No, we're not. No. Now it's getting to the point that you're playing me. Oh yeah, get these 2 shots and do that. Oh yeah, you need another one. No. Dr. Smith, who will be on the show today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Dr. Smith. Yes.
Dr. Smith, Professor Smith, I should call him. Doctor is good too. Said one clear thing. We've allowed a guy like Bill Gates, who you haven't heard a word from. You haven't heard a word from Bill Gates. You haven't seen him on TV at all. This dude was literally giving shots to people, and he's Bill Gates.
Yes.
He's not a doctor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't heard
that was disturbing to me.
Yeah, and I'm not doing another one, y'all. Like, I'm done at that. Like, at that point, you're like, you want us to take another one? Because you need a boost? But y'all ain't mentioned this one time while we were taking the first shots.
We're all learning, Mike. It's all they learning as we go. Science is being figured out.
No, they not.
And my
they
thing
do that with all ailments, like with cancer. That's what they said. Oh, we just got to do this, and that's it. Well, we need to do this. Well, we got to do this. No, you don't. How about that?
I'm just saying. I just saw a lot of people when they die in bed saying I was wrong. Take the vaccination. You see them stories all the time.
But in that site, remember, Jay Black, that's because that's the only I don't want to say cure, but that's the only reprieve from this. So they're thinking that because they're in that situation because they did not. But there are people who got vaccinated, still contracted COVID. And some have still landed in the hospital. They're just saying it lessens or decreases your chance from having the harshest of symptoms and landing in the hospital. It doesn't say that you will not.
But that's what I want. I want the less chances that I have to die. So let me have that list. But
what if it's just your time to go? What if it's just your time? I mean, because we all gonna die.
Yeah, I don't play them games. No, I need.
What if it's just your time?
No, I gotta extend my shit by any means necessary. I gotta extend. Dr. Fauci said, "Wait for the boosters so other people can get their first shot." No, bitch. Dr. Fauci. Let me tell you something, Doctor. No, not Kathy. I wasn't saying Kathy. I was talking about Dr. Fauci. I was not talking about Kathy.
Right. We know.
No, I was talking about Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, we know that you're not calling Kathy.
Yeah. No, bitch. No. Y'all not gonna keep shooting us up with stuff out of nowhere and be like, yo, we need a booster shot. No, you need a motherfucking booster shot. No, that's not what we're doing. Because I tell you this from personal hand experience, this is the same government that AZT was being pushed on HIV patients. And come to find out, and nobody talks, come to find out, it was making the AIDS patients sicker. And they were fighting because there was and I've said this and I'll say it again and again, why we can't trust. This is why we don't trust you motherfuckers. Because there were different drugs that were being pushed in other countries and y'all wouldn't put them in. Why? Because the pharmaceutical company is getting paid. Right now, all these vaccinations are being paid to these pharmaceutical companies. My dad worked for one. Yeah. Dog, like they're getting paid, like the amount of money they're getting paid, you will never, like you can't even fathom. And they're sticking all these people.
Yeah. Like being in the hospital, even for my clinicals, right before COVID, they made us get the flu vaccination. Like if you did not have your flu shot, you couldn't do your clinicals in the hospital. And it was the same for employees. And one in particular came down while I was in there waiting to get mine. And he was like, I'm going, HR sent me down here and this is a bunch of BS. Like he was going off on those people. It should be my choice. But they were like, well, if you want to keep your job, basically, this is what our policy is.
Once the news reports came out of China, and they said they have this thing going on, and we were all joking about it. They had this thing going on. People, I am not a Trump fan at all. But that motherfucker had the right idea. They should have closed the country
borders
At that moment. At that moment, they should have closed. Nope. We're good. We're good. Nobody comes in. Nobody goes out. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
As mad as over the top as he was, I never have ever in my life voted for Trump. Ever.
Never?
Ever. Not even when he was doing whatchamacallit.
The Apprentice?
Yeah, I didn't mess with him. I didn't watch the show because I didn't like him. I was like, he's just arrogant. But they should have shut everything down immediately.
No, he said to be gone in 2 weeks. Remember that? Yeah, remember he said it'd be gone in like 2
people
weeks.
still be wanting to do what they want to do. They be like, you can't do that.
But my thing is, like, if you really wanted to protect this country, we just shut everything down. Nobody goes out. Nobody comes in. That's it. We are done. It's shut down. The minute they saw it going down, we're done. No flights coming in. No flights going out. Enjoy yourself at Orlando, Florida. Enjoy yourself at everywhere here. Go to Arizona. Your trip will be in California. Nobody goes in. Nobody goes out.
It's really that simple. It's not. Steph said it ain't rocket science. People get it.
It's not. It's not. That's why I didn't get it. That's right. It's not rocket science.
Oh, opposing views.
Absolutely right. It's not rocket science.
But you know what I'm scared of? What I'm scared of, and I don't want to say this and get shut down. What I'm scared of is that this is the truth. COVID exists.
Yes, it does.
But we don't know why. And the problem is we don't know why, how it got here. We kind of know. They'll tell us it got here because of this, this, and this. But I'm sitting there once again. I'll repeat. Why didn't we shut the country down and just be like, we're good?
For monetary reasons, though. Think about it.
But even monetary reasons, the
import,
money,
export.
Yeah, but I you can get to export the products. But I'm saying the people didn't make enough sense. Airlines didn't make enough money to actually be like, because think about it. The economy took a crush. It doesn't balance out. That doesn't balance out. They should have shut the whole thing down, Paul. My problem is with this is you have all these Christians saying it's my body, my choice over a mask, but still want to tell a woman she can't make the decision when it comes to an abortion. Hey, listen, let me tell you something about Christian. Let me tell you something.
No,
I'm gonna let Mo talk after this. Let me tell you about Christians. Let me tell you about your church folks.
Mike.
Let me tell you about y'all church folks. My father was in the church. Ain't nobody in this world more hypocritical than y'all.
Well,
stop playing.
Religion,
and
I believe in God and the higher power. But when I tell y'all the most hypocritical
mother
effer, Johnny, don't co-sign, Johnny.
In the world. Jesus. Like y'all get mad. Y'all get mad over simple stuff when we say, how does a pastor get rich when Jesus was broke?
You better say that.
How can a pastor get rich off of if he is the Almighty?
You trying to figure out how pastor got that new S580?
How
won't he do it?
Oh, how is the pastor rich when Jesus himself never preached in a church that was worth $2 million? The man wore sandals.
Don't laugh, Don. Don't laugh. Don't encourage this. We don't.
The man wore sandals.
You better say that, Mike.
I had one person tell me, I don't want my pastor to be broke. If you don't want your pastor to be broke, he's like, why would I follow a broke pastor? That means you wouldn't follow Jesus.
Bobby, you too. Be don't encourage this, y'all. Action, Don, Bobby, please.
Skip over him with the collection plate. Just skip over him. Don't.
No. And how about
pass it twice? Don't pass it twice.
There shouldn't be no collection plate.
Pass the plate.
They shouldn't be no plates.
We need $20 extra.
I am not supposed to pay bills off the money that I made off of y'all in church.
If you don't pay it, God ain't gonna bless you.
Real talk. What she just said. What she just said.
That's the famous line. That's the famous line.
What you telling me is that
your 10%.
What you
and don't lie to God now.
I can't.
Not at all. Not at all.
So
what you
telling your 10% is?
So what you telling me,
Brother Michael Shawn? We know you got that bonus on K104.
What?
God knows all, huh?
God knows all.
Y'all really think y'all can pay for your blessings? Y'all really think that y'all can pay for your blessings? Y'all really think, I said this before, y'all really think there is a cash app going to Jesus? Y'all really?
Not the cash app to Jesus.
And just because you didn't come to church don't mean your money can't make it.
And yes!
Because we take cash app, PayPal.
Hold up. You ain't making Sunday, but you can still cash app us. We all good.
I'll be by your house at 6 to check on your brother. Do you need prayer?
Hold up. Do you know if you don't pay your tithes, do you know they actually call you like a credit card and they call you?
Your church call you?
Yeah, they call you.
No, my church. My church is in my heart. Walk with me if you want. Right there. My church is right here. Right here where I was told it was supposed to be. They will call you, and it's almost like you got to pay a minimum payment. Y'all got to be kidding me that y'all believe this.
Well, we know you make 6 figures.
What?
And you just hit the lottery. They know you hit the lottery.
So we need about.
All right, let's go.
Hold up. Let's get this one thing, especially in Texas. There's a VIP in church.
Yes, it is.
What?
They
in the front 3 rows.
You a Dallas Cowboy player?
You on the front row?
If you happen to be somebody who's a real estate mogul, you
on the second row.
If you a Dallas Maverick player and you black,
you on the first row.
You get VIP.
And you got security to walk you in and out.
What? You got security.
And we gonna acknowledge that you here like you one of the disciples.
Yo, you literally, there's a VIP in church.
A VIP in church?
Yes.
Wow.
I've never seen that.
Every Cowboy player gets moved to the front. It happens in LA too. In LA, the big churches is Magic Johnson, LeBron James. They get pushed to the front of the church. Dude, do y'all understand?
So you're not in general population. There's an actual VIP.
Yeah, and you can't go sit your regular ass down there, Mo. You got to go to the back, to the back, the left, to the left.
And Bobby saying you get expelled if you don't tithe enough. That's crazy if that's true. If you don't tithe enough,
that's absolutely crazy. And we forget Jesus wasn't accepted anywhere. Jesus was not accepted anywhere. I'm not a Bible person. I just know this. He was the outcast. He was the person put to the side. He was the person that the Romans and everybody wasn't effing with. They were like, that rebel over there. He was the one with the broke people. He was the one sitting there. And y'all got the nerve to have a VIP in church.
A VIP.
Well, let me say this disclaimer.
Church.
Every church is not like that.
And you're right.
Every church is not like that.
And you're right.
And the ones that are not don't get the support that they probably should get.
Do you think a regular dude in Joel Osteen's church is going to be up front? Hell no. And I mean, hell no.
Oh, man. I done learned something today. And I did say learned.
Okay.
All right, we got our guests ready, Mike. We got our guests ready.
All right, let me calm down.
Calm down. Let's calm down. Shift gears. So we're gonna find out if Eness got vaccinated too. We still got that $1.50 bet on the table. Let's not forget that.
Everybody say what did they bet? Y'all all said what? Shawn,
I said I give you $1.50.
All right.
I said
no. Whoa. But Mo, what is he? Yes or no?
Oh, he up in them. Yeah,
I think he's vaccinated.
He's vaccinated.
I said he's traveling in them tight ciphers. Yes, he's vaccinated. I'm going yes.
So what's $1.50 times 3? Because I'm about to win this. What is that? $1.50 times 3. I
got the times 2, but you messing up with 3.
That's
I guess
3.
It's
$4.50. $4.50.
Yeah, you ain't got to carry the one. $4.50.
Y'all can cash at me, $, M Shawn.
So who is Eness, Mike? For those who might have forgot or don't know who Eness is.
For the world listening right now, this man is somebody who is iconic, not only in Philly as one of the greatest battle rappers that ever touched the microphone. Also, one of the guys that was always the underdog. Then he went on to making a band and was with Bad Boy. He's still somebody who's in the ring. He's in the ring right now battling rappers. This dude has been good to us. He's like somebody that like we feel obligated to because number one, he's dope. And number two, he's loyal. Give it up for Eness!
What name we got?
Go somewhere and be a maintenance man, a janitor. Dog, don't blame me, blame your manager.
Exactly. Blame your manager. Eness, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
He got the blunt early. I love
He's sparking up early.
Oh, yo, okay. All right, let's start with that. Did you see the video we put on there? You saw the video with
the vaccination?
No. The video. First, the video that we put when you were like you had the bat and the baseball jersey.
Yeah. I don't look too much different.
No, you really don't.
Yeah.
No, you really don't. So when you were
you want to go on your IG Live, Mike?
Oh damn! Let me get my joint. Hold up.
Put everybody up. Yeah, me,
I was gonna say,
don't put me up because I'm still trying to get this stuff for Fearless. I mean, Dr. Smith.
So Eness, when you a hip hop dude for real. Mm-hmm. So were there songs when you were making the band with Diddy? Were there songs when you were in the studio that you were like, you wanted to say, this is not what we should be doing? But because was there ever a time when you were in the studio, you were like, this is not what we should be doing? Like, this is not dope.
Yeah. I was 25 at the time.
Right.
No, I was 25 at the time. So you got to understand, we was getting artist development right in front of the people that was watching the show every week. So it was like you're getting a crash course in artist development. So at times, I didn't agree with the beat selection, the subject matter that we was writing to, because I'm from the street. So we was just untapped potential that was taken right off the street and just thrust into artist development on TV in front of millions of people. So we was a little rough around the edges. So everything that came down, the pipe to our radar or whatever that we were supposed to be doing at the time, I didn't agree with everything, but I did learn. I did learn after a while. Even though I didn't become rich, I absorbed and experienced almost a lifetime of just business savvy and recording process and being behind the scenes with the lights and how things work behind the scenes. So, I mean, it was a give and take thing.
We're talking about man Eness making the band, but better than that, MC Supreme. You said you didn't become rich. No, dog. Like honestly. Like it's been like 15 to 20 years of you just, what's funny, Eness? You know what's funny? And I'm getting off track. You know what's funny? When I watched Jadakiss do what he did on the Versus battle,
right?
It made me think about all the rappers that are real spitters that had to be sitting there watching, going, finally, somebody who is just that fucking dope. Finally, put it out there for everybody.
Jadakiss gave a lesson to every MC, past, present, and future 2 days ago. Let me tell you that. These guys is getting up on here, these shows, and rapping over the words, we call it a TV track. But what Jadakiss had the other night at the Versus, they're called show tracks. TV tracks are tracks that where you like, TV tracks are like tracks on Soul Train and all of the other television programs where the artists get up on stage and perform. They're performing over a TV track, which is already the whole complete song with all the words and the ad-libs and everything. With Jadakiss, they programmed their show as a show track where it's just the instrumental and the hook and then the bridge might still be on the show track, but their verses is not. So it's up to the artist to complete the verses. Live in person on stage. A lot of these artists don't do that.
So I don't want to alienate anybody, but when
you're send an invite, grab your phone. That's Mike.
Ness.
Invite to Eness _215. You got your other phone, Ness, to jump on IG Live?
Eness _214. Got you.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this.
Follow back.
All right, Eness. All right, we should have probably.
So I'm just going live from my page, right?
Yeah.
Mike is going to send you an invite.
Mike will send you an invite.
Gotcha.
Spell the way you got Eness going on. Because I'm
ENESS _215.
_215.
All right, because it's not coming up, and I got questions, and we should have done this before. All right, underscore, because I got super question 215. See, nothing's coming up. Eness.
Yeah,
ENESS.
Oh, don't you start a video, Eness? No, you don't start one.
Yeah,
I don't start one.
Hey, Eness, can you
just search Mike Shawn, Eness? Just search Mike Shawn comedy.
I got
Mike
you.
Shawn,
I got you.
And then request it. Then we can put you on here because I really want to ask these questions. We got Eness, MC, repping 215 all day, and making a band was something historical. Mm-hmm. Like I don't even know if maybe he does know how historical. Making the band was something like we had never seen a rap group making the band. Like we had never seen like young African Americans getting on there and making it happen. So tell the story because Jay Black loves this story.
Hold on, before you do that, somebody just DM me Michael Shawn's Instagram page because it's not coming up.
All right.
Oh, what? Y'all done blocked each other? What's going on?
I don't think so.
Tell us that story.
No,
y'all got some kind of beef that we don't know about? What's up?
It can't be because this is my backup page. I got hacked. My verified page got hacked.
Yeah, your verified page got hacked.
Yeah.
This is the second page.
How they do that? So what were they putting up there when they hacked your page?
Even if I blocked them on my verified page, you just can't carry the block to a next page. You just
all right. So okay, we'll try and figure this out. Like I said, we should have done this earlier. So how did Jay Black look out for you when the making of the band?
Absolutely, 100%.
And he got you in.
I mean, he didn't write my rhymes, but he definitely.
No.
We don't say Jay Black Ghost wrote no rhymes for you.
No, he wasn't a ghost. That'd be funny. That shit would be so funny. If I found out Jay Black was a ghostwriter and never wrote nothing for me.
No, Jay Black. What happened was, unbeknownst to people, I was just planting a lot of seeds. So I was belonged to a group called the Bum Rush. Out of that came a producer called Black Key. Black Key ended up getting 2 placements on the Great Depression album, DMX. Songs entitled Who We Be and We Right Here. So with that relationship, I built an alliance with DMX. So I was currently trying to, be signed to his Bloodline imprint at the time, where Hitmaker, Iceberg at that time, but now Hitmaker, he was there. A couple of artists that was just being developed over there. And in the midst of that, we met Miss Jade, Roscoe Pico Chain, and Timbaland had his B Club imprint. So this was like Miss Jade's second single with Nelly Furtado, the Ching 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 jump.
Yep.
So she was like, yo, just come up with me and just on my little promo run, you could come up and spit and kind of get some promo. We did just that. Jay Black was like, bro, you got something. Like he just, after I spit and smoke cleared and show was off, everybody high five. Jay Black pulled me to the side. Was like, bro, I like it. I like your material. He was like, yo, just let's take numbers. Let's stay in contact. Anything I got going on, I keep you incorporated with it. Cool. Week after that, maybe a week, 2 weeks, it was the Germantown Unity Day, John.
Yeah. Shout out to Uptown.
Yo, you got to understand this. For me meeting Jay Black and making a band is almost like 60 days. Am I right, Jay Black?
Yeah, no, you're right. You did on. It was quick. Yeah, it was like,
it's like 60 days. So it was like Jay Black, people don't know. He is the gatekeeper. Well, for me, he was.
Yeah.
He is the gatekeeper. Yeah. So just to make a long story short, Jay Black always, whatever he had going on, he always called me. Like I said, I came out and did a Unity Day. is actually I posted that on my page, like a little clip of that. Star was out there, Ram Squad was out there, Dutch and Spade. So
Ram Squad.
Yeah, so it was a good day. Then after that, the competition came down from Bad Boy and MTV. Jay Black hit me again. Yo, bro, you know the MTV and Making a Band is doing the competition, but they get with us to do the competition. So you got a rep from the radio station, which is me. You got a rep from MTV, and then you got a rep from Bad Boy, which is Harv. So it was only them three on the panel.
Yeah, celebrity judges. Yeah, yep.
Celebrity judges.
Yeah.
Jay Black, let me find out. Let me find out you was out there trying to make careers.
I don't know. I think we need
Jay
to
Black
go through
was
Jay
like,
Black.
I don't care. No, for real shit. Jay Black was like, I don't care what you say. Just get up there, do your thing. You know you got my vote. You got to win over these other two guys. And the rest is history.
All right, so now you win. You're on the band, making the band, and then you get out there. What's the first thing? You go to New York. It's your first day, and then you start filming, and you're Philly. You're just being Philly. That's all you're doing. You're being who you are.
Yeah.
And then
the first time I met Puff, I fell off stage from all the anxiety and the nervousness.
Oh, I ain't mad. Like, I understand that.
The very first time I met Puff, because you got to understand, I got the call to I was on the callback list to audition, like 2 weeks after I auditioned in front of Jay Black, Harv, and MTV rep. And then they put me on the callback list. So it was maybe a week or two later, I was in Renton, PA. So I got the callback time to be in New York, 42nd Street to audition for Puff was 11:30. I didn't get the call to like 10:45. So me and my cousin, we stayed there. We rolled up, we played the game, and we went back and forth about it. I didn't leave till like 2 o'clock, 2 p.m.
Right.
So it takes like another 2.5 hours to get from Renton to New York.
Right.
So when we got there, I'm like 5 hours past the time. So I'm already in my mind, you know, I was in the working class. So the one thing they hate is about being late, especially black people.
Right.
So I'm already 5 hours late. So I just told my cousin, park the car. I walked past the line that was wrapped around the corner, knocked on the door, told the people my name. They was like, looked on their little chart, and then I was next. So they pulled me straight from the street into line for auditioning for Puff. So all the anxiety, I'm trying to think of which rhyme I'm gonna say, all this stuff is going through my head. No sooner than I get up there, they tell me to introduce my name and what city I'm representing. I say exactly that and fall into like $20,000 worth of equipment. A xylophone, a keyboard, a drum set, a mic stand.
That's not funny. That's
not in front of Diddy.
What do you mean? Like what? How did you fall?
I miscalculated. I miscalculated the space of it. You know, they be pulling out those little you know how they had those mobile homes? So they got those mobile stages that you just pull out on wheels. And it's not that big. And if you're not looking behind you, you'll miscalculate and fall off of it.
Okay, so you fall, and then what do you? Obviously, you get up.
Okay, I'm embarrassed. I'm the most embarrassed feeling ever in the world. You got Puff's mom there. You got Craig Mack. God bless the dead. You got B5. You got all the MTV staff. You got all the rest of the contestants for the band looking on, and I fall in front of maybe a room of over 200 people.
Wow.
Oh man.
So now you got to rap.
But what happened was I used that anger and it fueled my audition, and I just got up mad like, fuck it, I'm Ness. I'm from Philly. Let's get this shit going. I hope y'all didn't see what happened, but I know y'all seen what happened. And I kind of used that anger to put some more aggressiveness in my audition performance.
Eness, just real quick. I know you had a traumatic situation. Do you remember any of the lyrics you spit that day?
Maybe like 4 or 8 bars. Back when Mac made moves with Puff, I was on the back block making moves with stuff. Don't move an inch or lose the sense that God gave you. A lie can't save you. The Glock raised you 50 feet in the air. Come back willing to cheer that should be killing my ears. That's the only 8 I remember. But that was part of the rhyme. But I had that rhyme. It's like battle rap. I had that rhyme way before the Making the Band situation came up.
Right.
So I kind of like called the audible. I said, let me use the rap that got Puff's name and Craig Mack that's actually in the room right now with me.
Right.
So it was like it was a little intuition joint. So as soon as I start rapping, I seen P. Diddy do the famous glasses tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the rest is history.
So where are you at when you get the call that you are now part of Making the Band, which is on MTV? Let me let y'all young people know something. I know y'all know MTV from having MTV 1 to MTV 25. Y'all don't understand what MTV was. MTV was the be all end all. Even though I had a problem with MTV, I got it. But MTV was the network where
they put you on a show, Michael. Shawn, when I came to Philly,
you did.
Your show was one of the first shows I did.
You did.
Your shows was one of the first shows I did. And I brought the cameras. I brought the MTV cameras with me.
You did. And mind you, we were gassed. We were like, yo, we made it to MTV. But now you get the phone call. Where were you when you get the call that, yo, you made the band?
I was in New York. We was at Mr. Child's. We didn't know. They kept telling us, you could go home today. You could go home tonight. You could go home right now. It could be a ticket at Penn Station waiting for you in any minute. So the whole energy around it was every day could be our last. So finally, when we got picked, we was at Mr. Child's. Nobody knew who was going to get picked. But make a long story short, everybody that got picked sat on the same side of the room. And everybody that didn't get picked sat on the opposite side of the room. So I got picked first. Then it was Fred. Then it was Sarah. Then it was Babs. Because Babs was kicked off. You know, y'all don't remember that. Babs had got eliminated through the boot camp process. And Puff just woke up one night like, where Babs at? And brought her straight back to the crib. We was on the
damn.
Yeah, you got that.
All right. Let's pause. Let's pause for 1 second because now I'm gassed like a little fucking girl right now. I'm gassed like a little fucking girl right now.
Check your phone. Check your phone for the link. Go ahead.
I want to get you on the IG Live, and I want to take it from there because these stories are so classic. And then I want to go into everything that happened, and then I want to talk to you about hip hop. Because I know your whole life is based on hip hop. Like you're from Cam, it's been like 15 years now of just hip hop. And I want to ask you about different rappers, your opinion, your respect for them, and the whole nine. So, is there any way we could take a break and then play? But because I want to get this correct on IG Live, like I want to get it correct so that they don't miss out.
Nice. So you're on, but he's not on.
So Mike's got to bring you up.
Yeah, he just got to bring you up.
Did he request it?
Yeah, he's there. So Shawnee, let's just play one quick little Black and Mild break clip, and then let's come right back. Something
like real quick. I just want to.
What's real quick? 46
All right. Wait. Hold on.
Play tight shirts. Just play tight.
Well, hold on. Stay right here because I see he's there. Eness is there right there. We might not have to do it. Let's chill. And he didn't send a request. Because I want the word.
Join.
But he has to request to join, correct?
You can send it. Or
you can send him
either way. But y'all both can't do it at the same time.
All right,
I requested one. I sent you the request already.
Okay, I'm waiting for it to come. Like I don't know what's going on. Pause on the waiting for it to come. And he's looking at Black and Mild.
Shawnee, just play that one little clip. Let's play that one little clip.
What you drinking?
What you want to play? The tight shirts?
Just play that, real quick, and we come right back. I want to make sure we get the linked up.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do.
Michael Shawn wears
tight shirts
every day.
I wear tight shirts cause I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when the summer comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day.
My son wears
tight shirts. To the gym or wherever.
tight shirts.
Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael, Shawn, and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah! Check out the next single, Grown Man Wearing Skinny Jeans.
That's it, bro. Mix it up, bro.
Don't never stop if you wanna be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
We back. We got IG Live all figured out. Mike and Ness had to step off for a quick second. As you can see, the empty squares, but we'll be right back. At Ness is back. Bam. Mike Shawn grabbing his oh, he got the roll. Got the custom roll. I love it. So yeah, we're gonna get into a little bit of everything. So make sure for those on IG, it's Media Room 360 TV. Make sure you just search it on all your platforms. You should be able to pull it up and you can actually see Mike. You can hear these questions. Mike is like a little kid right now. Mike is back in the early 2000s right now. His MTV's Diddy Making the Band was the hottest thing out. The band was on Dave Chappelle's show, on the sketch. The sketch show. It was so many different moments. But Mike, here you go. Mike is back. He ready to get giddy again. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, let's get giddy. Let's get giddy in this bitch. All right, so you make the band, and let's fast forward. Now you go to the house. Let's go to the point where they say you got it. You're now going to the house. For those who don't know, MTV was a reality show. The band, all these rappers had to go into this house and live together, which I knew from the minute y'all did it. I said, this is a bad fucking idea. Like, this is a bad idea. Like, I already know there was gonna be smoke had in this area. Off the door, I didn't know somebody. I was like, between Babs, you, Fred, Dylon, I said, these young motherfuckers don't know how to act. And I already know Ness from Philly, and I already know he wants every single part of inhaling the smoke. So when you get into the house, right? What is the atmosphere like when y'all first get there? Y'all friendly in the beginning?
Yeah, it's like all our issues really transpired on camera. When the cameras was off, we were the best of friends. It's not until the cameras start filming till everything is sensitive and every little word or every little bump or every little comment or gesture becomes highlighted because we know that the whole world is watching and we don't know what could get edited. So we don't want to be seen weak in the eyes of in any time because the cameras is on. Even when somebody is not physically filming us with a camera in their hand, it was cameras built in 4 corners of every room. So they always watching us.
All right. So, all right. Sidebar. Cause I'm just a dude. Like sidebar. Anybody fuck anybody in there?
You gonna plead the fifth? Or you gonna let it out?
Hey.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying anybody gets smashed.
It's so funny you say that because I mean it was a lot of speculation about this one messing with that one. But what I would say was they kept a lot of secrets from me. I didn't know a lot of the things because they didn't want me to join in on whatever agreement they had. So if I caught
out the fun,
if I caught C having relations with B, And I'm just giving you just variables. I'm not. These don't represent anybody's name.
Just say S. Say
right.
S. Say S.
So it was like, yo, don't tell nobody, or like, that's it. We will kill you both. We will both conspire to murder you. And it was one of those things. So they kept a lot of things from me because I was deemed the leader and like the subordinate for Diddy. So it was like almost anything that I would find out, I would try to go back to Puff and tell him to keep a kind of rapport of what we was doing. So they kept a lot of that from me.
Yo, I want to continue. Put that comment back on. I forgot. Like literally, I'm trying to go back in my memory bank. I forgot about Chopper.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about Chopper. No disrespect. I forgot about Chopper.
Chopper was a big part. He played a big part. He was the one of the most recognizable personalities on the show by far.
All right, so you didn't answer the question. You didn't say that anybody had sex. Like you didn't say.
Yeah, Michael Shaw, they had sex. I just told you.
He said
says
they kept
C&B.
them out the party. Right.
I wanted to be out there, so Ness had nothing to do with it. Now, who was fucking Babs? I just want to know who fucked Babs.
He just said C&B.
Oh, was that Babs? No, because I said S. Sarah was there.
I ain't gonna get in here. I'm gonna write a tell-all book and then sell it. But I'm gonna tell you this. Bab is a pimpstress. Like she had like so much energy around her, being that she was the only female spitter in the group. And you got to understand, that's before this resurgence of all the female rappers. So back then, it was only maybe Kim, Remy, Rod Digger, and then Babs. And you know what I'm saying? And Foxy, except beside all the elites, now you have Asian Doll, Asian Brat, Baby Doll, Doll Hair,
Doll Hair,
Barbie Doll, Mulatto Doll,
Mulatto Doll.
Yes.
So the attention around Babs was like she almost had the equivalent to me. She was like a female me. So everywhere she went, she kind of got like the more aggressive kind of. So I'm just trying to lead you in direction of Babs in 2002. Baseball jerseys and basketball sportswears at an all-time high, and she's like a premier female spitter on a group with other male spitters. So I'm just gonna say she had a lot of female around.
Oh, she had a lot of females around.
Right.
I love this. I love this shit. Let me just clap. Let me just clap. She had a lot of females around. That's all. That I just love.
You like that one?
What
like
girls that dance with girls? Listen. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Okay. Now let's stay on Babs for a second. Honestly, you and Babs actually should have been on tracks by yourselves. Like you two should have really just been like the Bonnie and Clyde of going in Hamburger. So you're already in the house. When does your tension start building with old boy? And with you Fred? Can say it with Fred. When does the tension start building with you and him? Like off the camera.
You just got to understand, it's a reality show. So you know what I mean. They put us in predicaments where we'll be turned against each other. So as soon as day one, they took all our phones away from us. We could have no outside contact with anybody, none of our families, and we all had to share one cell phone and one landline.
What?
Jeez.
So that right there creates friction. Those two things, being isolated from your individual families and only having to access one phone out of 6 people, and then only having to share a landline and one cell phone. So that's what leads up to me and Babs' big fallout on the show about the hair and her not getting her hair done.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Her hairdresser called, like, yo, I'm trying to get in touch with Babs. All right, cool. What's your business? What's this pertaining to? I'm doing hair. Like I just said, who's this? Don't worry about who this is. You got to remember, I still got the Philly mentality. Like,
right.
They just pulled us off the street into this reality world. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still got that feeling. I don't give a hell who this is. She sleep, I'll let her know. I relate the message.
Right.
That wasn't the way it was translated. Oh, the boy Ness was on some bullshit. I told the nigga to give you the, you know how New Yorkers could get with the
Right.
So the way it got back to Babs, like it was all bad. And then Babs from Brooklyn, she know how to fight.
Right.
She like, I ain't scared of Ness. You could do that with them niggas. We could fight him, Ness. And then that's where the respect came that day from us. But yeah, after the band was dismantled, me and Babs was selected to do a Bonnie and Clyde album.
No,
but
y'all
for business reasons, she didn't go along with it. And later on, I found out they didn't even offer her a deal, which was strange to me. And I decided to take a solo deal, and I got signed solo to Bad Boy Warner Music Atlantic Group in 2006.
So when does the tension? We go back.
So Jay Black got me 2 checks.
Oh, he did?
Oh, you got paid?
That's funny because he has yet to give me 1 fucking check. That's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing. And this is my brother.
Because we finding out a whole lot of
he
shit.
Got you
about
2
Jay
checks.
No, Jay Black never asked for a coin. That's why Jay Black can call me in the middle of the night and say, "Yo, just bring what you should bring, and no questions asked, and I'm coming."
No,
anywhere? Is that anywhere in the United States?
Anywhere.
Okay, I'm now. Remember, you said that we got this recorded. Remember that, Jay Black.
But Ness, so you're in the house. You got the Babs thing with the phone. When does the actual friction start with you and Fred? Because y'all erupted. Like, when does the first thing happen where you go like, I may have to like go in this dude's mouth in real life? Like, what the fuck?
It all started when I was depicted the leader. That's where all the friction started.
Okay.
And people, other members of the group didn't feel as though who Ness? I just met him the same time we all met him. How he's the leader? He ain't the leader of me. And Fred was like the alpha male, and I was the alpha male. Chopper was always the youngest, so he was like kind of our little brother. So he had that vibe. So and then Dylon was always the wild card, which was never around.
Right,
so
right.
Dylon.
I gotta remind myself, put a mental note because I want to ask you about Dylon. But go ahead. So the friction between you and Fred on making the band on MTV.
They just was putting us against each other all the time. Like I would say something that sounded intelligent. They was like, Ness is really showing signs of being the leader of this group. And then Fred would say something intelligent the next day. You know what? Fred is showing signs of being the leader of this group. So, when we call them one-offs, when you sit by yourself and they ask you the questions that happened, whatever happened during the week. What happened was, what you don't know about reality TV, they really changed the line of events up. So me and Chopper had a situation earlier that week, but when they ask us in a one-off, they'll ask us about that, but they'll make it seem like I'm talking about Fred. So if I say, yeah, Chopper don't even make his bed. He don't even clean his joint. They'll just play the part. He don't even make his bed. He don't even clean his joint. But it'll be coming a fresh off a clip where they all is based around Fred and talking about Fred. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some sound bites.
Okay. All right. So now the tension is building. You're on MTV. You're on Making the Band. We're speaking to Eness, legendary MC, straight out of 215. And now, y'all, when do y'all see the actual episodes? Do y'all see them when we see them? Like when y'all, because now, like they're building the tension between you two. So when do you guys start confronting each other? Like, no matter how they manipulated the situation, there had to be a moment behind the cameras where you're like, dude, fuck you. And he's like, no, fuck you. Like there had to be a point.
Yeah, it was that point where we was all out the night before, and that's when Nelly recorded the song "Shake Your Tail Feather" with Puff. So Mr. Bentley was in the studio with them. Make a long story short, we were talking about it early that morning. Fred was still recovering from a hangover, so we was talking too loud, so it annoyed him. So he said something, I said something back, and this is before the actual fight start happening. So we had words. Then I went outside to smoke. Then when I came back, that's when he came outside and approached me. Then we went in and started fighting. But that was, we had no issues up until that very point.
So this really was the motherfucker was just hung over the night before, and you was being you. And
talking
just,
loud, being animated. Yeah, what was going on in the studio? He like, won't y'all shut the fuck up downstairs with that fuck shit? I said,
no, Playboy.
So when y'all get into this classic, when y'all get into this classic physical confrontation, right? When the camera's shut off, like when it's done, are y'all done? Are y'all trying to make phone calls like listen, I just got into it with this dude. It's a problem now.
Fred couldn't call nobody because he was in Miami, and that was a big part of the jealousy. You got to understand, we filmed in New York. So
right.
Then station is right down the block. So I can go home to Philly every day if I wanted to.
Right.
So it's like I'm going home, sneaking back, doing shit, going home, having fun with my guys in Philly, and sneaking back, and they had to stay in Philly. Chopper, he's from New Orleans. Sarah's from Detroit. Fred's from Miami. They don't have the chance or the finances to keep going back home. You know, train from Philly to New York is $50.
Yeah, you go right, you in and out. You in and out.
So every time we had the weekends off, I'm always coming back with stories of how I was at home having fun. They didn't like that.
Yo, Eness, let me tell you something. You know what I love about you, my dude, is that you're an asshole for real. Like, I love the fact that you came back in and was like, yo, I was back on the block. I was back on the block with my people. I just saw my family. So my thing is like, with you and Fred, after it goes down, does it go down again behind the cameras? Does it ever go to?
We fought like 8 times that day.
God damn.
Man.
Y'all went back at it off camera.
I begged the MTV producer not to show the chokehold. I begged them for almost like a week. Because you got to understand, it takes 13 weeks to tape, and then it takes another 4 to 6 weeks to edit. So we're watching it just how y'all watching it every Thursday at 10 o'clock. We're in the crib with the popcorn and the soda and the blunts too. Like, what they going to show? What they going to show? What they going to show?
So when you don't know what's going to be cut.
When you told them not to show the chokehold, they were like, they was like, no, got to show it.
Absolutely not.
Hell yeah.
They said, absolutely not. We'll show you getting back, but that chokehold's going in there, buddy boy. That was a tight headlock, buddy.
That was a tight headlock.
So
Puff told me he came to me behind the scenes with it. He said, yo, you better enjoy this week. Because remember the week where I first confronted Fred and I grabbed him by the neck and we all fell into the chairs and shit. Make a long story short, when that aired, everybody from Philly was like, yeah, Ness. And then Puff came to me before that, was like, get ready, because you about to take a blow, because we about to show this other shit and it ain't too good. And he was like, just prepare for this blow. Pause. But then he gave me the heads up what was to come, and when it aired, it was like the worst day of my life. I mean, my phone wouldn't stop calling. I got all wild niggas. Yo, you need some help up there. Niggas was trying to break out of prison and come up there and help.
You know how Philly is. You know how Philly is. They ain't about taking no L's.
We're talking to Eness, legendary MC, straight in Philly, still rocking, still doing his battle thing. We're gonna get into all that. I know Ness, when you watched it, you had to be like, how the fuck did I let him get that point? Like, I know you were like, all I had to do, like, I know I can fuck this dude up. He just caught me.
You gotta understand.
Go ahead.
You gotta understand. At that time, I probably was like maybe 220. So I had almost had Fred about 100 pounds.
Right.
So I had on snap-offs. Back at the time, everything was sportswear. Sportswear was everything. You got Michael Short, am I right? Sportswear was everything.
The jerseys. Yeah.
So I had the snap-offs. So you got to understand, once the snap off starts snapping off, you damn near you halfway naked. So as I start going to square up, he threw a punch. I dipped it and then started to go into my little Joe Frazier joint. I didn't notice the rug. And when I went to go move my left foot, the rug came up and I lost my footing. And then he ended up over top of me and then got me in the joint. Back then, I'm from Philly. We don't do the savage shit. We don't bite, we don't claw, we don't nail. We just punch. We punch, and back then I couldn't think about what to do because it just happened so fast. But niggas like, you should have bit him, you should have headbutted him. But off of that one fight, off of that one fight, I learned a valuable lesson. Never let anybody get you in a fucking headlock. Do what you gotta do. Bite, claw, elbow, fucking whatever you gotta do. That pegged me for the rest of my career. It just pegged me. It was like the most awfulest thing that could happen to a street rapper from Philadelphia.
Hard emphasis.
But I tell you what, though, y'all laughing though. Listen, but I tell you what, the respect that got me in the street just by throwing.
Your mic, your mic, yo. Make sure you unmute it. Oh shit. Nah, we still can't hear you.
You real low.
Yeah. All right, do something. And it's good because I gotta recover anyway from the shit you just.
Never avoid at all costs. We're here like. Yeah,
hold on, we still can't hear you.
Say something. Nah. On the stream, we can't hear you. So drop on the stream. Oh, they calling his phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the volume dropped.
They calling your phone like it just happened. Like this shit just happened.
Can you drop out and come back in?
On the stream.
To reset?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the StreamYard link, you might have to go out and come back in. I'm not sure.
Oh, Jesus. This is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life, yo. I want to tell you something.
Behind the scenes stuff like this.
And I'm not being biased, y'all. I'm not being biased. I was born in the Bronx, moved to South Jersey, and I worked in Philly for like 8 years with Jay Black and Mo. And when I tell you, the funniest fucking rappers in the history of the world are from Philly, yo. Like they're like between Emilio Sparks, Petey Crack.
Yeah, he's real funny.
And Eness telling this goddamn story. Yo, you have tickled me to the point where I was laughing so hard, Eness, I almost said pause 3 times. Like while I was laughing, I was like, yo, pause. Like I shouldn't be laughing at another dude like this who's not a comedian. Like pause. All right, so let me hear you say something real quick.
Yo, you can hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you back. Yeah.
All right, so when it's all finished and done, y'all done fought 8 times.
Yeah.
Do y'all actually do what real dudes do? At a certain point, y'all just go like, dog, we done fought 8 times. We're good. Do y'all piece it up and everything?
Yeah, we just pieced it up. We just like, yo, we got to be in the same house. I don't want to wake up with a throat at my knife. You don't want to wake up with a throat at your knife. I mean, you don't want to wake up with a knife at your throat. Yeah. So it's like that's just like, you know what I mean. But it just always sat with me. It just never sat right with me. I actually wanted to fight again just to get my shit back.
Rematch.
The whole rematch.
We wanted to put him in a chokehold.
So I'm telling you now, if we ever do a part 2, Fred, we gonna fight again, man.
like once you walk in it, like Eness is like once you walk in the door, it's on and popping.
No, shout out to Fred. That's my brother. You already know. That's my bro. That's the bro. Shout out to Dade County, Miami, 305-215. You already know.
All right, Dylon. Why was he so? Was Dylon some type of drug kingpin we ain't know about? Like, because Dylon would dip off. Like, he wouldn't dip off after the cameras were off. Like, he would dip off on taping.
See, what y'all don't understand is collectively, all of us came from different parts of the world. So we all had our respectable own separate crews. So we got to understand now we're on TV. So whatever crew that we was with before that, we didn't elevate. Everything climbs, everything progresses, everything steps up, everything levels up. So the crew that I'm hanging with while I'm trying to get on ain't the same crew that I'm with while I'm on. So now I got kind of like the more street dudes, the dudes that's running the show in the hood behind me now. Whereas before it was like, oh, Ness, good luck with your rap shit. Now those dudes are with me. You got to understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Babs had that same element around her too. So at that time, Dylon elevated in crews too. So you know he's from island descent. You know what the islanders get into as far as the street level is concerned.
Right.
So he already had financial backing. He already had muscle. So he was running off being a celebrity on his own with his own crew. So he was kind of using the exposure that he got to try to sprinkle it and do his own thing right under Puff's noses. And when Puff found out about it, it just didn't rub him too well. Like he would miss events. He would miss events with the group to go DJ his own party and get paid.
Getting that solo check. That solo check.
All right, so and then we're gonna get into other stuff. So then Sarah had that boyfriend.
No, her husband.
That's a husband. That was a husband.
My husband, boyfriend. He acted like a boyfriend. Like he acted like. How did he wind up like being so involved? I guess the producers like the storyline. And they like the storyline, hey, being there all the time. How did y'all feel about him being there? Because Sarah's a pretty girl. She's talented. How did y'all deal with him being there all the time? Somebody got to turn your phone down.
Somebody turn your phone down. Everybody make the volume down on your phones. Go ahead.
Basically, refresh it again. I'm saying, I forgot the question.
No, Sarah's husband.
Yeah. At first it was
being
cool.
There all the time.
Was cool. At first the energy was cool, and then it just started being annoying. And then Babs and I forgot what his name was. He gonna kill me when he see this interview. And they start having an issue, and then Babs started being more vocal and speaking out about it. And then that's when he was just almost disbanded from being with us all the time. And when it starts spilling over into the actual show, and they start airing issues that we was having with him. It just got bad, and he was asked not to come unless it was like dire emergency. You know what I'm saying?
What was the scene? The classic. There's a feedback. Somebody has their phone has to turn their volume down.
I turned my joint all the way down.
Yeah, mine down.
I'm not even.
I'm not on live. Y'all done kicked me off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I didn't kick you off on purpose, but I still hear the echo is killing me. I don't know who's doing it.
It sounds like you, Michael Shawn. It's coming from you. It's your voice the most.
No, I have no.
That doesn't mean it's coming from him, though.
Test. No, I hear me too.
I don't hear no feedback from me. Do y'all hear feedback from when I talk?
What?
No, not at all. All right, because we got to get this. This echo is killing me right now. Jesus.
Are you on your computer, Ness?
Ness, you on your computer or you on the phone?
I'm on my phone.
You got earbuds? Do you have earbuds you can use?
AirPods? No. My son got them Jones. He go through like a package. He go through like a pair a month.
Let's play a quick clip, song, Shiny, or a clip from a previous show. Unless everybody, we're gonna come out and come back in.
Okie dokie. All right, we'll be
right back.
Michael Shawn and Takeover Legends.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out. Okay, real quick, Mo.
Yes.
Move your mic up. Just move it
like
up.
This? Like
all
this?
The way up. Straight
like
up.
This?
Straight.
Like
No. Don't put just leave it down.
Mm-hmm.
And just put it straight, like it's straight. like straight. Is it straight?
Oh, you want to act
No,
like
the
she's-
microphone. Move the physical microphone. Look, if I go like this, move it.
You want one hand or two hands?
Whoa, what's going on here?
All right, never mind. Because I go ahead. Do one more story. Because you have it directly. You have it directly towards you like this. Like it's like this. So
two hands
like
to answer the question too.
Like move it so the microphone is not straight, Mo. The microphone, you have it directly towards you.
Okay.
Like move it so it's straight up. I'm just trying something.
Okay.
Last time somebody told me that.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Something. It's not that hard though.
Mo, look at my microphone on my screen. Look at it. Look.
Look how I do it.
Look. You have it tilted towards you. I want to know if you speak on the side.
Oh, will it make it better?
Yo, if I could blank you out, Mo, but your microphone is tilted. It's tilted towards you. Is it not?
I promise you, no, it is straight. It is straight up and down.
Pull it all the way up. Pull it all the way up so we can see it in the screen.
Straight up and down.
There we go. But pull it all the way up so we can see it. Now we want to play. Let's play.
Now you're sitting in the director's seat.
I can't.
Lean it away from your mouth.
First time for everything.
Now put your bottom lip on. All right, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working.
Thank you, Mo. We appreciate you.
It's the story of my life, man.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in.
Oh, we still got that vicious echo.
One.
And I don't
What
know
it is.
Listen, he on his second blunt roll. I need you to get it together.
I don't know what's
I'm
going
smoking
on.
that Zaza.
All right, so you're on MTV and making a band. Oh, this echo is gonna kill my life. Oh my
I know
God.
it's gonna bug the heck out of you, ain't it?
Jesus Christ.
Dr. Smith's in the waiting room. Come back in, Dr. Smith. Let's see if that helps.
And he's echoing. You know what, Mo?
What's up, babe?
Ask him the questions because you're not echoing. Because I'm getting irritated. You ask him. Go ahead. You ask him.
All right. So what's the biggest takeaway that you took away from just even being on that show?
Okay, repeat that one more time. I gotta turn your volume up a little bit.
What's the biggest takeaway that you took away from being on that show?
As far as what you mean takeaway,
what's the biggest takeaway that you took from just being on that show, working with Diddy, like the experience? What's the biggest takeaway for you?
Oh, okay, got you. Well, behind the scenes, it was a grueling process when we recorded. So whenever we would do a song, especially me, I always got like kind of a lot of scrutiny because I was the better MC in their eyes. So they would always make me write 5 verses for the first verse, and then pick the best one, then 5 verses for the second verse, then pick the best one, and then 5 verses for the third verse, then pick the best one. So every time I wrote a song, I wrote 15 fucking verses. But that stayed with me, and that's why I can out rap all these MCs now. That's why I can keep putting content on my Instagram, on my social media websites day after day, because I just got surplus of rhymes, because that's how I write. We was conditioned to write like that.
Oh,
he said he got rhymes, and Tam wanted to hear rhymes, so I think we're gonna put Ness on the spot. We're gonna get a freestyle.
I got one more question while you rolling, because I know you're not going to drop nothing while you rolling. Who has been like the toughest battle rap, like that you know, because you done been in the ring with a lot of people. By far right now, who can you say has been like the one where you like, yo, all right, this next round I'm gonna have to go in. I'm really gonna have to refocus, and I'm gonna have to go in a little bit harder. Who?
Arsenal was my toughest opponent on that type tip.
Yeah, Arsenal's dope.
Yeah.
Like he is a like when you went into these circles with these battle rappers, like it's full disrespect.
Yeah. It's a full contact sport. If you're weak minded and you don't have strong willpower and you kind of sensitive, it's not for you.
So I'm sure those battle rappers, they throw up the whole you had to walk the juniors for the cheesecake. They bring that whole I'm sure they bring that up, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. They would have did it too. That's the funny thing.
Did you really on MTV? Did y'all really walk? Y'all didn't really walk the juniors the whole way.
I don't know why you don't think we did. Michael Shawn Puff had to go get dry cleaning for Andre Harrell. He had to wipe his cars down. He had to go get his clothes from his outfits from Dapper Dan and wipe tables down. So he wanted us to go through that same process. Puff went to Howard. It's a business school. So his thing is all about business. It's about conditioning. It's about being prepared. When we had to walk, it was building our endurance. We got to fly out different climates. We might be in New York, it's a blizzard. We might have to fly to Miami, then it's a heat wave. So your body has to be ready for these type of things. You might have to be on the morning show with Michael Shawn, 7:30. Then you might have to be. Then you might have to be on a parent or on a sister company, 8 o'clock. So you got to be up, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, full of energy, full of vigor, ready to give the interview. You got to go through media training and all these type of things, and it just helps you. It builds you. It was like the Mr. Miyagi artist development, where I'm wiping this stuff down, and they like, why am I doing this?
Right.
Block, strike. Oh, that's why I did that. So all these things that you said is done.
Right.
The hood was like, oh, y'all getting played, but it's really bringing us together, making us stronger, and having endurance to go out and promote these records.
No, that's true.
Y'all was like, y'all was online, like he was straight pledging y'all.
Yeah, but I'm not one that
people, the hood, our culture, our people is the only people that scrutinize us for doing good things. Now, in any culture that you go to, you get hazed. When you go to a fraternity, you get hazed. When you go to a job, you're on orientation. You're getting hazed. You go through, when you're a rookie cop, you get hazed. With anything that you're trying out new, you get hazed. So when we did it on TV, what's the big effing deal? Fraternities do it. Sororities do it. Jobs do it. I walk for cheesecake one time. People work at UPS and do it 365 days of the year. They walk for cheesecake. Walking for cheesecake is a symbolization of doing something that you don't want to do to get where you want to be. People do it every day. I did it one time 25 years ago.
And no echo on that sound bite.
But hold on, Ness. It's not about. To me, y'all did what y'all should have done. Like, I believe y'all did what y'all should have done. I don't agree with Diddy doing it because we know Diddy ain't do that to Biggie.
And he should.
Yeah, but my thing.
Everybody.
Hold up. But my thing is like Ness. Your talent, and so let's get into this. Your talent lyrically was somebody who didn't need to get fucking hazed. You didn't need to get hazed.
Right.
Diddy, I'm not complaining and saying that y'all shouldn't have done it. If I was in your situation, I would have walked for the cheesecake too.
Right.
But my thing was, like, Diddy was doing this shit strictly for ratings to really get somebody to walk to fucking Brooklyn when you know damn well that this young man, Ness, is lyrically on a whole level where you didn't need to do that. So it's not about, you did what you should have done. But Diddy made this excuse on everybody gets hazed. No, the fuck they don't. Because you would have never done that to DMX. You would have never done that to Biggie.
Hell nah, but you got to understand, this was uncharted territory. He had just got the deal. He was coming off the big, highly publicized case with him and Shawn. So he was kind of reinventing his image. And the way he did it was through MTV. So again, like I said, it was uncharted territory. So every time we got in front of him, it was like they was winging it. It was like, we don't know what to do with you little niggas. So it would just go off. It would just go off interaction. So we would pop shit. He would pop shit back. Then he was like, nigga, just go. Shit, buy me some time. Go get some cheesecake. By the time y'all get back, we'll think of some more shit for y'all to do because we have nothing for you guys to do.
Yo, Eness, before we wrap this up, is there any way you in the mood if you want to smoke a little bit? Like, I would love to just, if you could spit something for us. just because
I'm trying to go
you're
through
dope.
I'm trying to go through my mental Rolodex right now. Because it's being an MC is like being a computer that's always catch viruses. Because you always have so much information stored away. Sometimes it spills over into other rhymes that one word could link another rhyme, and that could be the different rhyme and take you somewhere else. But yeah, I definitely got some bars for you.
Hey Ness, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know you were this complicated. Go ahead. Like I didn't know you had this much stuff going through your brain. You a complicated motherfucker. Go ahead,
Now
Ness.
you see what
I see.
Stand back, I'm about to bust it wide open. Ain't the size of the boat, but the motion in the ocean. I'm about to take him down underwear is potent. The man, the secondhand smoker have him choking. If I don't like the atmosphere, then I'm rolling. I show him better than I can tell him and look like I'm floating. And why is everybody acting like I own 'em? Playing mind games, fraud, and like I don't know them. I don't trust niggas as far as I can throw them. And getting emails from Puff and calls from Leah Cohen, outspoken. But Rockness, you've been outvoted. Even when the odds against me, I'm Rocky Balboa. Flamethrower, heavy hitter, heat holder. To walk around with submachine guns on each shoulder. They even want to be like Mike or be Hover. Niggas think they all G.I. Joe till they meet Cobra.
Nice. For real, thank you for taking the time out to do this with us, man. And God bless and keep doing your goddamn thing. And you've made history in hip hop, and you're gonna continue to make history, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike,
what?
I got a crazy.
Let me make one statement.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody talked about the cheesecake. Black people, y'all need to be more positive. Let's talk about some things like we went gold. Let's talk about some things like we was on the Bad Boy 2 soundtrack and we went platinum. Let's talk about some things we was one of the first reality TVs stars on Soul Train, on Rap City, The Basement. Like we broke some barriers. We knocked some walls down. So stop saying cheesecake and say gold. Soul Train, Barbara Walters, The View.
And they need a reunion.
We was on the last Source Awards that ever aired.
Right.
We performed on that.
Could it be a reunion?
They need a season. They need a season 2 of that band. Nobody else cares about the other bands. The only band they ever talk about is this one.
We having the same recurring problems that we had 25 years ago, people. Stop asking. Everybody comes to us every year trying to do a reunion tour. We get right to it. Everybody gets paid. Flights get booked. Hotels get booked. And then somebody don't show. That's been a recurring problem every year.
I was on 33rd and Diamond.
I'm tired of getting hyped and anxious about it because everything 2020 and 2021 has been a year of retros. Retro Jordan, SWV get back to better. The Bad Boy Reunion Tour, G Unit, State Property, Locks, Dipset is a resurgence of what was hot in my era. So the time would be now to strike, but we can't bring these 6 individuals to come together and do it. And I'm just trying to put my faith in it every year, and it never goes down. I'm keep being the
So it's
ego.
Let's
do it.
It got to be egos involved in. That's what it is because it ain't the money, right? It got to be egos
and irresponsibility.
Our mindset as a people, he knows firsthand.
I'm gonna keep it blank. Because when I do these interviews, people they misconceive it or they misperceive it. I love all my brothers and sisters. I came in the same gang with y'all, but we got to get this right. We left too much money on the table. All these other groups, Danity Kane, Day 26, they still tour year after year, all year. We just left millions of dollars on the table because we can't get it together because 6 individuals still have this egomaniacal problem that we can't come together and get this money and then go back to our rooms and then wait till the next day to come out and get some more money. So we just need to get it together or leave it or stop trying to entertain the idea. Let's just do it or not. I'm tired of watching all these groups get back together, the G Units, and they just get nice 6 months runs and making money, and we just sit back and watch this shit on Instagram. I'm tired of this shit.
That's for real.
That's real. That's real talk.
Yo, Mike, I was saying I was on 33rd and Diamond, one of the best ciphers I ever seen. It was Eness, it was Roscoe Pico Chain and Miss Jade, and everybody was out there at the festival. 33rd and Diamond. I had the Black Key CD when he was passing out the CDs and everything. So I remember when Jay Black brought him back for the second round of interview when he almost missed the jaw. Like seeing that journey, like hearing him talk, I'm just like, yo, he need a blog or something. This type of game is what the game needs overall. Because a lot of the vets in the game, they got so much wisdom. Like you said, Mike, you didn't even know he had all this to offer. And there's so many young boys dying every day because they ain't got step one of the type of game that he's giving right now. And like, I think we really do need to bring these two worlds together in a better way, because what the young rappers need is some of these veteran rappers, you know, to really help them and give them some jewels. Because the type of talk he's talking right now could help preserve a lot, get people a lot of money, and help a lot of these young boys stay alive.
And I said it on IG Live, and I don't know what it is about Philly rappers from Eness, PD, Emilio, Gilly. There's a personality that is something about Philly that y'all got this personality that literally y'all supposed to be on movie screens. Like real talk. Like I'm a comedian for over 20 years. I've toured down clubs all over the country. I've never laughed harder than when I listen to y'all motherfuckers tell stories and y'all get animated. Like it's the funniest shit. I'm like, this shit is priceless. Eness, so you don't do a podcast or anything?
I mean, I've been, you know, entertaining some ideas, but you know, everybody's trying to do it. And you know, you just don't want to be the second and third at anything. Gil and Wallow kind of doing anything. They kind of got their Philly market on lock. Not saying I can't do it, but you don't want to come after, even though you could do your own thing. I just feel as though I don't want to fit into any type of, oh, you're the old rapper that do the pod. Oh, you one of these old rappers doing another podcast. You know, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though that I could do that as well as what I'm doing. So I'm not saying that I won't do it, but I just don't want to fall in that pocket. He's a washed up rapper with a podcast.
Ness. Let me tell you something.
You got a new album coming out.
Yeah, you got a new album coming out.
But you know, you know how the people perceive it. Come on, bro.
But don't think about them lanes that sit there. They're always gonna say that. You can go triple platinum and they're gonna say some shit. What I'm saying is, Ness, your personality and how you present yourself is authentic and fucking entertaining. Like entertaining. Like don't think on that. Well, he just watched it. He this and that. Man, fuck you. My talent has always been my talent.
Right. I got
because
you.
Trust me, when Gilly and Wallow first started, them cats was really saying the same shit about Gilly.
Yeah, they was. I remember that vividly. Yes, they was.
And now all of a sudden, it's unchanged. Ness, your talent is a mess, not immense, not just lyrically, but your personality is something that you can't buy and you can't get somebody to train you to do. So I appreciate you for coming through.
And talk about the album real quick. You got a new album. Who you got on the album? And where can they find it at?
Yeah, I'm dropping Louisville and Friends. It's coming out probably like the next 30, 60 days. I got Benny the Butcher on there. I got Method Man. We got a song called Wu Gang. I got Corey Guns, Vado, Beanie Siegel, Cassidy. So yeah, we're about to drop some new content, some new videos. I just dropped a song, Shoot My Shot, like an ode to Giannis winning the championship. Go check that out. I'm definitely on Instagram, Eness_215, trying to get back into my verified page. Just bear with me, and we rocking and rolling, man. Got the mixtape out. Let Me Brawl This Beat, hosted by DJ Alamo, Coalition DJs. We dropping content music. Just stay tuned. Stay tapped in.
You got Styles P coming to Philly, which you got a big event this weekend, right? You got something going on.
You definitely got Bring the Streets Back edition. Get Your Weight Up Twine in 54ville. We got Styles P coming. You know, they had an awesome weekend with the verses, and we bringing him the red wine, 701 Adams Avenue. Sunday from 8 to 2 p.m. Sections are still available. Let's go. We got the Styles P, got the Ghost in the building with Eness. We got, a lot of artists from Philly that's gonna be on that showcase too. A lot of known artists, a lot of up-and-coming artists. Is going to be a good event.
And Ness, if you need any help doing that podcast, reach out to Jay Black, and we'll do everything you need us to do.
Listen, if you see something there, and if y'all really serious about this, let's sit down, let's figure it out, because I'm willing to do it. I just had the right people. Everybody comes, everybody's doing, yo, I got the podcast, and then when I go see it, it's two mics in their basement by their bed with the PlayStation. That's not a problem.
With the
PlayStation. Ladies and gentlemen, legendary MC. Straight out of 215, Eness. Yes. Thank you, Eness. Thank you, big dog.
And Jay Black, you need to finagle something to get his damn verified Instagram account back.
Yeah, he need that page.
Motherfucker, Jay Black ain't got no pull to do that shit.
I ain't got no
Stop
IG
making Jay
pull.
Black look.
Yo, for anybody too on this message, I want everybody to know there's a lot of artists like me that's just warming up to this new age technology. Don't be fooled if anybody's in your DMs. Saying that Instagram they're gonna shut your page down. Instagram wouldn't DM you. None of these people would DM you. They would send you an email that's hooked to your Instagram page. So that's how I got. I don't want y'all to get got like that. So keep that in mind.
Eness. No, we're gonna get this Eness. We're gonna get this Eness podcast popping.
Let's do it.
Like real talk. We're gonna get off this line and then we're gonna make that shit happen for real.
All right,
love. We'll holler at you.
That was good. That's excellent.
It's always
shit I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I like when people come on the show and they dope in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's dope for real in real life.
That's why y'all love being around me.
This guy. No, we didn't even get. There's so much more we could have got into. We definitely want to bring him back.
Especially the battle rap scene, because you know.
Yeah, shout to everybody. Shout out to everybody on my IG Live. Please, cop a badge. Go ahead, cop a badge. All right, now.
And Kelly been promoting heavy. Good morning, Kelly.
Thank you,
thank
Kelly.
you, Kelly. Oh,
Kelly, you're amazing. Kelly, you're amazing. Oh, let me get this whole thing. Like, that's the only thing about this. When you try and keep everybody on here, let me get Shawnee back on here. Kelly, thank you so much, sweetie, because I know how you know how cool we are. Like, she is so supremely talented, but better yet, she's like a super cool person. All right. Dr. Smith, I had to get Dr. Smith away from Eness because Dr. Smith will forget what he's here for. And next thing you know, he's spitting hot 30.
Fill in the blank. When you was talking, I was like, yo, we need a movie. We need that Philly Slick Talk movie because people don't realize that's what made State Property, the whole franchise, so amazing. It wasn't like the plot was so phenomenal and with explosions. It was people was really resonating with the humor and the Philly Slick Talk and the straightforward intro and all that. You need a movie with Sparks and Ness. I don't know if we can get Gilly now, you know, the pay rate, whatever. But like you said, we got a few cats with personalities. Like, I would go see a movie with starring Ness and Sparks right now. You know, not even worry about what the plot is. I know it's crazy. Just the personality level. So you might put something together, Mike.
No, we have to make that happen because like Jay, obviously him and Ness really go back for real. Eness, they go back for real, and they really do. It's not even like a made up thing that we just did for the show. So we really got to go because I'm tired of watching these personalities. Because I promise you, if Eness, Petey Crack, and Emilio Sparks were in a studio, and I just let them talk, just talk. Yeah. Like, just do what you do. I'm not going to smoke or drink with you, but y'all do what y'all do. Like, it would be like, y'all don't understand the gems that I've heard these cats make me. I've been around every comedian at a bar, every incredible comedian. I've never laughed as hard as I've laughed with these motherfuckers by a bar.
And you need to write a script. You need to write a script, Mike. This sounds like a Friday type, like something like How High, like where the people are just so, you know, charismatic that the movie is classic. Yes. Like, you write a script and you put them three in it. And the characters are gonna be close to their personalities anyway. You basically write their real personalities into the script.
So we're gonna do that because I'm gonna have this.
And you got somebody to back it.
Yeah. Yep. And have this podcast with them.
Oh, right. Will Smith, is he still retweeting you and sending?
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Not the plug. We got content, Will. We got content. It's at a Philly meeting.
All right, Dr. Smith, what are we talking about today?
Well, Shine, what clip you got? You got any clips ready to go, Shine? I know it was a couple things. It was some Miami cops kicking people in the head. Cops sicking dogs on people.
He's in a
got
good
mental
mood.
health issues.
I'm about to say, y'all changing the whole movie. Y'all brought the cops in here.
No, he was in a whole hip hop good. He was in a whole hip hop good mood.
Y'all got my head on swivel in my office. I said the cop.
We can keep it on hip hop. He can talk about verses because the good doctor is a hip hop head. You know, he's the MC himself.
Yo, the verses.
Put Super's comment on it.
You're underrated. I just want to put that out there.
Thank you.
You're underrated, Dr. Smith. In terms of
who they talking
thank
about?
you.
Yes, no. I've watched you. I've watched you go in the studio off of just one word, And I
thank
watched
you,
you go
Super.
for like hours and hours and hours. So I just want to, give you your flowers while you here.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Oh, well, can we hear it? I've never experienced it. So
You
can we
should
can we
freestyle
all
something
experience? Can you freestyle now?
about the
I
morning show or
freestyle
something.
all the time. All I do is shine. People ask me to rhyme. It's never sublime. I give it straightforward. I can go with 4 words or I can go with 1. Man, I shine like the sun. They say I just begun. I'm reaching my peak. I'm like a mountain, never doubted every time that I speak. Yeah, I'm ill though. I'm chill. Y'all have me forgetting what my job is. I'll be writing rhymes all day, sending out all this stuff, and then I end up not getting tenure because I'll be like, I still got it.
Exactly.
We don't want to mess up your tenure.
So let's stay focused on what it is. Like, is there something? There's a topic that you want to talk about? Where you want to get to this clip? Is that what
but as far as the verses, just to co-sign what Ness was saying, it's been a long time coming for this generation to appreciate bars and wisdom and experience. And it's not just the Jadakiss price went up after this versus battle with Dipset. It was, I heard Fat Joe and somebody else said it. It was one of the greatest moments in hip hop. He compared it to other moments in Madison Square Garden, in terms of sports and everything. It was just a phenomenal moment. The level of peace that was there, the fact that finally people could stop wondering what the golden era was talking about. Because we've been talking about, we critiqued mumble rap. We had auto-tune debates. Like for years, we've been trying to tell people who weren't around for it what we were talking about. And I feel like finally people could say, oh, that's what you mean when you say, but he still can't F with him. That's what you mean when it's like, oh, they got everybody's attention. They got pink ranges. Oh, they got record sales and streams. But on the stage. So when people ask questions about Kendrick and Drake, now they can know what people are talking about. It's like, well, if you put them on the same stage, it might go different. Despite the record sales and the popularity and who's local. Because I know people who battled Jada was like, I'm glad I'm not up there. I'm sure 50 Cent was like, I had my run-ins with him. Yeah. I know better. Them boys is in trouble. Well, it's elite. It's elite lyricism. And even I think Tyler, the Creator, said breath control. When you could hear everything, Cameron was holding his mic wrong. And Mike, when KRS-One had that interlude, this how y'all MCB sounding on the mic. Still don't know how to hold the microphone right to hear your voice. There was only one person who I heard everything they said. And people take those things for granted. But there's people like Method Man who could dive in the crowd and do the whole verse while he's floating on the crowd. People think this stuff is easy.
Right.
Even Biggie with all his weight, you can hear everything he was saying while he's dancing around with a sweater and a jacket on in 90 degrees under some lights. This is elite. Not everybody could do this. And that's why they need to have the track playing. And just in terms of lyricism and this whole thing about relevance, because the young people say, oh, they're not relevant. They're not relevant. And I think that myth was shattered, at the versus battle, where it's like, forget what you think is important because of what's in your face and on TikTok. Relevant is talent and it lasts over time. So when 90% of the rappers that people listen to and care about now are gone, people will still be talking about and listening to the Locks.
Well, and you got to understand something, and trust me, everything you say, I 1000% agree. It was the perfect storm. Okay, so let's be clear: Jadakiss and the Locks are still touring.
Oh yeah, and State Prop.
And State Property. But I'm saying they have never stopped touring.
Yeah.
So their stage performance, and let's be clear, Sheik and Styles P played their position perfectly. Oh, yeah. They did what they had to do, and they knew who their star player was. So they played their role. Dipset, and I want to say this for those who were watching the verses, Dipset is not a group. Dipset is a movement. They're not a group.
I'm glad you said it.
They've always been individuals who come together. Right. And the Locks have always been a group like we go to get a sandwich together. Like when we get in the booth, we're all in the booth. It's not you come here, you come on Tuesday, and then the other person comes in on Wednesday. The Locks are literally maybe one of the most efficient and disciplined groups that hip hop has ever had.
And you never heard about any beefs throughout the years with them.
I was thinking Wu-Tang, but Wu-Tang had so much behind the scenes that I have to still go with the Locks for tightest, most, and loyalty. That's the whole point of the name. Like I was saying, the most loyal group versus one of the most fractured groups. The only group that can be arguably called more fractured is State Prop. They literally said they didn't know each other until they got brought together type vibe. Right. So they had one of the tightest, most loyal, cohesive groups battling one of the most fractured groups. And I think that showed. That was a big part of it.
And what really showed with the Locks is when Jada had to tell Sheik to motherfucker, let me talk.
Right.
But guess what? Sheik was still talking, and then when he finally got him to talk, when Jada finally shut it down, he said, I got a plan, motherfucker, let me go. But guess what? Even after all that yelling, they was all on the same side, and they was like, we about to destroy these cats, and it's going to be ugly. It was an unfair fight. From the door, it was an unfair fight. Like when Jada was like, "This is a fixed fight," like he was right. Like they can't fuck with us on any level. But that's no disrespect to Dipset, because Dipset got smashed songs. Like Dipset got they just not a group.
But Cameron got booed in New York. Like
Cameron got booed because Cameron got booed. But let's put that in a proper context.
Right.
Cameron got booed because Michael Jordan just laced 55 points. And then Cameron tried to shoot a 3-pointer. Like everybody was like, dog, what we just witnessed is the first time in hip hop history that a rapper had a moment in front of millions of people that escalated, even though everybody knew he was dope in hip hop. There was never a moment where a rapper took one. You know what it was like? It was like when Michael Jackson did that Motown thing with the Jackson 5.
Or the moonwalk on the anniversary. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. On the anniversary of on that moment when the Jackson 5, he performed with them and then he did his thing. It took Michael Jackson to another level. It was the first time we saw a rapper get that opportunity, and Jada literally lifted himself into the top. He was in my
Michael
top
Jackson
5.
Moment.
He moonwalked, and everybody was sitting there going like, he's really going all the way the fuck in.
You remind me of NBA Jams when they say he's on fire. Like you really can't miss. That's how it felt. He was in that kind of zone. I'm in war mode. Like it was real.
Yes.
But we have to. Nobody said this yet. We gotta thank Fabulous. If it wasn't for that first verses, he would not have came to this verses this prepared. They was like, oh, Jada had been drinking too much at the Fabulous battle. He got the feedback. He knows how it feels to go to verses and be like, dang, that's how it looked. Let me play this back. I was sloppy out there. So thank Fabulous, because Fabulous came ready to spit bars, and he got a second chance at Versus Life.
And nobody
I don't even remember it.
And nobody remembers it.
He's the only rapper
I know what you're talking
about. This is like his second time on Versus.
Fab got him right.
Nobody's gotten a second chance on Versus.
So shout out to Fabulous for always being one of the most consistent lyricists in hip hop history and one of the best, live performers in terms of sounding exactly like he does on record. Because I'm sure when Jada was sitting there, he was like, "This won't happen again. This will not happen again."
And let's be clear: anybody who's ever seen a performer have a bad night, it happens.
Oh yeah,
shit happens. Like life still happens. So shout to Jada. And the other thing is where these verses are going now. There's always like different angles. Like when Snoop Dogg and DMX did their thing, it was like, it's a celebration. Let's support each other. That last battle with Jadakiss with the locks and Dipset told everybody, make sure when you come on this stage, understand
the bar is raised.
It could be ugly. Like they're talking about Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia doing a verses on the next verses. Make sure you rested your voice.
No TV tracks. No TV track lip sync.
Don't play no tracks behind you. Don't play no. Nobody. They talking about 50 in Game too. They asking 50 in Game. 50 said he might do it. I don't know if Game got enough songs.
Game. Yeah.
But
the history and the backstory is so big that it would be raw because it was very
music wise. 50 will have.
But see, you said the same shit about the locks and Dipset.
I did not. I said I was the locks, and I started chanting everywhere we go. People want to know. I started saying the locks got it
because I would have bet you too, and I would have took your money too.
Everybody,
if I would have said Dipset, Mo would have took my money because she was all about the lock. I said the locks.
Okay. All right. I'm telling you the rest of everybody else.
Forever.
No, I was wrong. I thought it was gonna be a lot closer. I could say that. I thought it was gonna be a lot closer.
But my thing is, it's about your strategy. It's about literally number one, your DJ. How dope is your DJ to keep you going? And like, what is the setup? How are we gonna work these songs?
They picked the wrong songs. What are we gonna do? They picked the wrong songs, wrong order, and left songs out. And to me, I don't know if this was planned or not. But when Dipset did New York City and then Jada did the New York with Ja Rule,
I got 100.
I don't know if they were waiting for them to do it. I don't know if it was a chess move. Like, wait till they play their New York song.
Yes.
But the timing, it didn't seem coincidental. So I don't know if they already discussed that, but it seemed like the Locks had a full-fledged game plan, and Dipset just went up there with some songs.
Doctor.
Somebody on my IG live said, "What do y'all think about Black Thought versus Most Def or Common?"
Yes.
Black Thought or Common? I mean, Black Thought or Most Def?
Most Def.
That's a different battle. We're not talking about songs that got played on the radio. We're talking about Black Thought and Most Def. If you put a fucking track on and you're gonna let them spit, I don't even know. That's why I repeat myself over and over. I don't have a top 5. I have my favorite top 5 because I can put Black Thought and Most Def in the top 5, and I don't care what nobody says. I can put them both in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be something different. But if I would love to see Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia in actual verses because once again, it's not about who stole the million Takeover Legends and the Hot Boys. The Hot Boys never wanted that smoke.
See,
they never.
Don't
the fight is fixed for real. That
the fight is fixed.
Them days.
The fight is fixed.
For those who don't know, that was our wannabe competition and coming through the Philly years. But
yeah, that fight is fixed. Like, trust me. Yo, Most Def lyrical assassin. But I would love to see Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia because I think it wouldn't be about hit records. It would be, can you perform your hit records?
So let's say this and be clear because Fantasia, Jennifer, when it comes to live performance, entertaining, I mean, and you talking about off the top of her head, changing it, the riffs. I'm sorry, that's the edge she got over J Hud. J Hud's voice is immaculate.
Nobody has ever done to Beyonce what Jennifer Hudson did to Beyonce. She made her team go back in the studio in Dreamgirls and make up a song.
Oh, listen.
And make a song. They had to, when she said, "I am telling you," and she sang that goddamn song. And Beyonce, there's no diss, Beyonce, not at all. But they made Beyonce go in the studio and be like, write something because this chick just stole the whole fucking movie. Like, she stole the whole movie. Because I know my eyes was watery when she was singing that. I was like, Jesus, like, for real. DJ Super said the only reason they won in the ratings book is because Power had a stronger signal. Y'all had the better show. Jay hit the button to pour the drinks. Oh, we already know.
Yes.
We was a night show. For those who know, okay, Hot Boys were on Power 99, the big station. And we were like on a station that had a bad signal. We were like the independent record label.
Mm-hmm.
We were on like an independent record label.
On indie label.
But understand, every club we went to was rammed.
We had the people.
The people was coming in there on some old, like by the time we got there by 12, it was down the street no matter where we went.
On a Tuesday night. Yeah, on a Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday, on a Thursday. Yes.
$2 Tuesdays.
$2 Tuesdays.
And you ain't popping unless your club is getting shot up. And our club got shot up a few times.
You ain't popping unless they popping. If they ain't popping, you ain't popping.
But that Jennifer Hudson thing and Fantasia would be amazing. And
I think but just taking my wins and trying to flip it from the Locks win, I will put my money on Fantasia.
I don't know. I don't know who. I have no idea.
Well, shouts out to
Fantasia can take you to church. Thank you.
Because the ultimate is going to be that Nas and Hove.
Yes.
That Nas and Hove, the real, eventually, hopefully.
Yes.
Nah, that's never going to happen.
The way Jada elevated verses and that brand, Jada elevated the entire brand to the point, even Swiss Beats was talking to Timbaland on IG, and he was like, stop acting like this for washed up people and for old people. He said, this is the culture. He was calling 50 out like, no, you see that this is where the energy is. This is the relevant current thing right now. This is where you got to bring your A game. So if it keeps going in that direction, I don't know. I mean, Nas has been surprising us. Nas got Eminem and all these people, and A Boogie with the Hoodie on his new album. King's Disease 2 is out right now, and like he doesn't work with ASAP Ferg and all this. Like people are looking around, like there's ways to stay around. That I think it's good for the culture.
No, Nas wants it. Nas wants it to happen because Nas
wants
it
for the culture.
Yeah, but Jay's like, Jay knows how people are. This is why
he don't want to play Ether live.
He don't want to play. He don't want to play Ether live. But he also doesn't want how we turn our backs on people. Like we shit on people when they take the chance.
We got to change first. Like Ness said, we got to elevate. We got to get to the level where we can appreciate a Nas J battle.
Yeah, it can't help that Dipset is getting killed on every social media platform for now 3 days later, and they're still killing them.
But the after is what's going to keep it from happening. The way people act after the battle.
And let's be clear, Ether is vicious. If Jay ever says allow me in that same situation in New York, if Jay says allow me to reintroduce myself, the roof goes off. And then when Nas says they shooting, the roof goes off. That's why we would want. That's what we would want to see it. But we mess our own selves up by shitting on the loser. You don't have to shit on Dipset. Dog, they just got what happened with Jadakiss is a once in a lifetime thing. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time. Period. I don't care what number you put him in. I don't care if it's number 2, 5, 10, 12. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time. And then there are a lot of people on here who were saying Cash Money and No Limit need to do a versus.
That would be a good one. That's one.
For the area, for the history and everything, for the area, that'd be important.
I mean, but that would kind of be like this one because you got Cash Money, got Lil Wayne. So I mean,
it happens.
Lil Wayne is the transmission of that vehicle.
It happens.
Yeah, because on No Limit.
But No Limit, they got Snoop technically if they want to.
No Limit.
They would have to bring him out.
They would have to because
if they start bringing people in,
they have to.
Then it turns into a
Snoop was part of No Limit. Yeah, that was his team. Yeah, Mystical. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Wait, No Limit was Mystical, Juvenile.
No, Juvenile was Cash Money.
Cash Money.
Oh, Juvenile was Cash Money. Juvenile was Cash
basically
Money.
Just Silk the Shocker, Lil Romeo, Master P. You know, like
actually, look. I got the note. Let me try to see
Cash Money. You got Birdman. You got Manny Fresh.
Jay Black, you pulled out your plaque.
Yeah, I'm trying to see all the names because I got my No Limit plaque that they gave me. Yeah. Saying all the artist names on.
Dude, you only got the plaque because you played their song and you got paid. Stop.
No, allegedly, ain't nobody get paid.
Stop.
Ain't no payola with me.
Hey, wait.
That
was low, Mike. That was low.
I worked for remember, Mike. I worked for P.
Jay Black did work for P. He did work for P. He had his truck wrap. I sat there and I'm not gonna hold this shit back. I sat there and watched Money get on my show. I got no money and his song got goddamn played and somebody else got paid.
Not with No Limit.
And it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't Jay Black. It wasn't Jay Black. It wasn't
I know who he's talking about.
Motherfucker, I'm playing the song 3 times on my show and I watched it. I said,
remember the artist Badass, Priority Records Badass. We was trying to push him hard. Yeah.
I didn't even get a t-shirt. Jay Black got a plaque.
Oh man.
Oh, them good old days.
It was good old days. Like everybody got scared allegedly. What they gonna do now? What they gonna do? But
rest in peace to Badass. Shouts out to the crazy song with Pac. You know, just for those that might be listening, you know. We did what we could, right? Did we could.
Great is great. That's all. Versus Energy reminds of Arsenio using this platform for hip hop back in the 90s. Yeah, like I love how y'all cats try and call Arsenio corny and then not realize how many Do you know if it wasn't for that damn show, Busta Rhymes never does what he does with Leader of the New School and never gets his solo deal. The solo deal was made because he twisted his hat inside out when he was doing Scenario, and the record reps were like, "Who is this dude?" Put that crazy comment back on.
Which one?
What was that comment? Mike Shaw, damn, only got the plaque.
Yeah. Jay Black was the only one that got a lot of plaques.
I had a couple labels. Labels. Them early years was nice.
Talk.
I ain't gonna lie, but there's some verses out there waiting. I guess we're waiting for Jay-Z and Nas. We're waiting.
Hove, of course, will win though, right? But Nas playing Ether at the end will leave a lasting impression. Overall, Hove would win.
But that's my thing. You keep saying that, and the locks proved there's so many songs that you forget. There's so many
When
songs.
they dropped the Mariah Carey's only song they was on. Like, we got Grammys. They got Grammys.
Like, dog, there's so many songs you forget. And
same thing with Hove. There's a whole bunch of songs you forget.
That's true too. I was listening to some mixtape stuff, some Hove mixtape stuff, and some cameos.
They're both 20. First of all, they have more than 20 songs. And I love
about to say they need to extend it. They need to extend the number. They do Nas and Hove. We can't do 20.
No, I like the fact that they get, even though because so many goddamn people on the stage, and Dipset is lucky that there were that many people on the stage, because if it wasn't that many people on the stage, and if it was just Dipset, and it was just the Locks, and it was just them having to look at each other, that would have been really ugly. Like, at least all them people distracted everybody if they just had to sit there. But I like the fact that you get 7 minutes, and you can do as many songs as you want, and then I get 7 minutes, because that's what they were doing. Yeah. Each group could get 7 minutes, so you can go extra hard in 7 minutes. Now, if Jay's and Nas, first of all, that was a theater in Madison Square Garden. That wasn't Madison Square Garden, the actual arena. If Jay and Nas ever did it,
we open it up the big jump.
Can they pay them? They got enough money to pay Hove.
It's for the culture. I guess they get the sponsors.
Yeah, I don't even think it's about the money. Like, for that particular show, like that particular verses, I don't even think it would be about the money. And they would make that money back. Like, I know I would buy a ticket, and I don't even buy concert tickets and like that. I would. The hottest ticket of the century right now.
They don't need the money, and then just keep everybody there and have Beyonce against Rihanna or something. Like,
and then Hove bring out Kanye.
No, Kanye doesn't get brought out anymore. Kanye,
I don't know. Just imagine that though.
Who can battle Ye though? Because Ye got a lot of theatrics and antics that'll make it really difficult to go stage to stage.
Kanye.
Ye gonna bring his own stage to the stage.
Right.
Literally. Bring his own stage to the stage.
He will. He'll bring his own stage to the stage.
It's hard to be Ye. I don't know. I want him. I wouldn't pick him as an opponent.
I tell you who y'all don't want, and everybody gonna look at me crazy. Don't nobody want their verses with Drake. Don't nobody want their verses with Drake.
A lot of sing along.
I think Kendrick does, though. I don't know if he wins, but I think Kendrick does want that smoke. I think he's been asking for it for a long time.
For a long time.
He wants to do that Jadakiss move with the breath control.
Yeah.
Because I tried to sing royalty along with the song.
No, that's impossible.
Loyalty is about DNA. Like, I think he would love to do some acapella DNA. I think he would love that.
No, I said,
now you go.
I said Drake and Kanye. I didn't say Drake and Kendrick, because Kendrick's been boiling for too long.
Kendrick, yeah.
No. Drake,
I don't know, but Kanye, he gonna be putting studs on his mask, on his face, and like just all the little jokes.
Play with him if you want.
Like they like battle rappers. Sometimes all them little gimmicks. People like that. People will
the punchlines
you doing and be like, oh, Kanye got a hologram of Tupac on his mask.
Yeah, you don't know what Kanye gonna do.
That's gonna be the clip every, you rap for 2 hours and then somebody says, you see the hologram mask that Kanye put on? But Tupac's face was on his mask.
Yeah, but they should have this. They should have like these verses. I mean, it's not like it's like life or death. We're just doing it because we're selfish and we like to see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We would like to see Kendrick and Drake. I don't think that would happen. I mean, we would like to see, I just had one on a, like, J. Cole sitting somewhere going like, I can do that, right?
His arms crossed. Wait for somebody to call him out.
J. Cole's like this. You know I can do that for real, right?
Say my name.
Like, please somebody mention me so I can get in there. And then like you got, the Beyoncés of the world. Like, I really like that Rihanna Beyonce thing. Everybody be like, Beyonce got too many hits, but Rihanna got a movement. And sometimes that shit, that Jadakiss shit hit. And next thing you know, you don't realize that it would be great.
No, Rihanna got the songs. Rihanna got the songs. The people say it can't happen. It's not a good match. It is a good match. But I got $1 million idea for you, Mike, before I go.
All right.
We're talking all these verses.
What?
I heard people do like snapping and all that with the dozens, but I haven't really heard anybody trying to do like a real comedy verses. We got all these rap battles now. We got these hip hop battles now. But I think it would take a man like Michael Shawn to bring that whole element to from the comedy perspective and be able to hit some of these comedians when they jack. Like, all this king of comedy talk is good, but let's take it to the stage and settle it once and for all. We can go 5 minutes to 5 minutes back and forth, and then do a head up at the end type sudden death, and we can. I think.
Are you suggesting like them snapping? You sound like them comedians snapping, or just sets?
And we already did the raps, and we already did, the other ways that people competing. But I never seen comedians be like, no, you got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes. All right, now you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes. You got 1 minute. You got 1 minute. Now go ahead up and freestyle, and we're gonna leave it there on the stage. Drop the mics. You know what I'm saying? Let the crowd talk it out later.
I think the younger comedians would do it. I don't think, because DL Hughley, somebody like that, doesn't have one joke that's under 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it would have to be
work all that out.
But it would literally have to be you do 20, and then Dave Chappelle do 20.
And then come out together and make.
I mean, it could happen. It could happen, and it's just, I don't know. Fix my screen in the back.
I'm saying historically, it just seems like the comedians, even when they do go on tour together, let's say like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, right? There's these great, amazing tours. There's usually very little interaction on stage, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seldom, even after they both go, you seldom see the comedians even come out together and really interact. If they do, they just come out on the Russell Simmons "thank you, good night" type vibe. It would be nice to see some of our favorite comedians.
It would be funny.
Let's see y'all interact, because I know it's good. The moment that makes me think of is the anniversary of Def Jam. Remember that? Yeah. Remember when Dave Chappelle was on the mic? They were just busting and cracking up for like 25 minutes. They couldn't even get to the nominations, and the whole room was laughing because these two amazing comedians were on stage together, vibing. These three, you know what I'm saying? Like that moment when they had that Def Jam anniversary and all the comedians were interacting with each other. That's what we need. We need that element. Not so
that would be dope.
And voting, but let's get the comedians on stage together, doing stuff, telling jokes, and being funny in a way that we typically don't see it, because usually just one person up there. But I think you could do that because you know people.
No, that would be dope. That would be dope.
You know people.
That would be absolutely dope. No, I mean, it would. Like, if you add two comedians, and then they got to do their time, and then they got to interact with each other and talk shit with each other. And and real quick, back to Jadakiss real quick. How the fuck was Jadakiss jokes? Why were his jokes good?
Yo, they were crazy.
Like, why was it?
He first said, "Cam, you live in Miami."
I'm done. But the comedian thing, I'm trying to think, like, who would we put?
Even the Plastic Cup Boys, Spank, Naeem Lynn, like this local captain we could probably call up that got a name that can get you some, some content type deal, recognizable faces. But somebody like Spank joking with somebody else, it's all love, it's all fun. But I think the way we structure it. If you structure it in a way,
Colin and Spank Horton.
But just good names, yeah. But it's the way you structure it. You make it so it's like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, then we go over this round, then we go over that round, and then saying, so it's not like playing the dozens or just like a voting competition, but maybe even like the scenarios. Remember you did it with Sparks when Sparks would be on the show, and you say, I'm gonna give you a scenario from a movie or something, and we even stuff like that. I need y'all to do Color Purple meets the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? You from Black Panther, you from Color Purple, go. Like, just different ways to improv.
A mature version of Wildin' Out.
But if you just gave a comedian like, let's say Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, you go, Dave Chappelle does 20, Chris Rock does 20, and now they do 5, and now they do 5, and now they talk to each other, and now it's like they do their thing. I mean, it could happen. It could. Like, the only people more sensitive than rappers are comedians. That's the only problem.
That's the brand. That's the theme of the day. The theme of the day is we gotta be ready to be better. We gotta elevate and be prepared and be mature enough to grow.
I think Country Wayne and them cats from Wildin' Out have thicker skin, and they don't give a fuck, and they realize, like, it's like who else am I missing? What's his name? From 95's how do I forget his name? God, this is gonna bother me now.
I know you said from 95.
You
got DC Young Fly, you got
DC
Jamal,
DC 95 South Boys, somebody
like them motherfuckers is willing to be like, they're gonna be very disrespectful, and then at the end of the day, they're gonna hug each other.
And that's why they tour and making all that money. Shout out to
Carlos Miller.
And that's why they can just go on stage night after night in these cities, because people want that energy. They want to see comedians interact with the crowd. But if you could do something structured, like you said, improv round, this round, you do your 10-minute round, and then you come out together like
Well, the three of them did something like that. Chico Bean, DC Young Fly, and it's one other comedian. They did that. Yeah.
The 95 South Core is something similar, but they don't have that structure where it's like,
But they need it on Triller. They need it on Versus. They need it like to have your side is here, your side is there. Like,
and then be like a last joke. When it's all said and done, like one, you drop the mic moment. So then at the end of everything, the improv and everything, be like, now drop the mic. And they get like, a minute to tell a last joke. Boom, 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 boom. Drop the mic, boom, like something.
And then they might need to have a version where they go like, all right, we've heard this joke, but this is your classic joke. Do it again.
You bet you classic.
Get the classic one we've all heard. We've heard you do it.
Your best
now do it again. And then they go, no, that's a good idea. That's a good fucking idea.
No, it could be good. It could be good.
That's a good idea.
We could test it and work out the kinks with some local comedians.
Yeah, you definitely give it some trial runs, and then, like I said, get the ideas on a local level. So by the time you get them big names, you got the whole structure, the whole backdrop setting, the timing, everything's there. And you could have a whole business plan and have some content under your belt and be like, I can show you how it's going to look. I've been doing it in Philly for a couple months and, get that check.
Before I do this, what time is it on the East Coast?
27 after.
27 after.
No.
27.
All right, so we still got time. Okay, I just want to make sure. I get confused on this shit. I really do. Like, I'm looking at my clock. Like, okay, it's 9 times. There's got to be. It's like the pressure of being live. That's what kills me. Do we have one subject?
I think you got to go.
You got to get out of here.
You got to go, right? Or you got time? Can you hang out?
I'm good. It's whatever.
All right.
Damn, Jay, why'd you trying to rush him out? Like, what the?
No, because I heard him say before I go, I thought he had a commitment.
People saying that to the groupies in the hotel. They either say, "I'll be back" and don't come back, or they be like, "Y'all got to go somewhere, right? Somebody That's how I felt. I felt like
no.
For a minute. I was like, bro, I ain't even say nothing.
You did. You said before I go.
Don't want to Uber. I called it. I'm about to call it. I got you. When you said
Jay Black tried to rush you out, yo.
So what you about to do after this?
I was about to take a shower, but I guess I could take one at home.
Jay Black, no fuck with you no more.
They be like, no, the Uber downstairs. The Uber downstairs. You like, what? Who's Uber? You about to go, right?
Well, if you want to shift gears, there was something going on in Miami with some cops getting indicted.
Yeah,
and I think we got some actual footage, and I would love to get your your thoughts related to that particular footage, honey.
I had a joke. Go ahead.
No, Mike, say your joke, Mike, because he did say before I go, let me pitch this idea about verses. That's
he tried to clean it up,
and that's why I'm like, that was his cold word. That was his cold word.
Yo, when
said okay.
Yeah. Don't ever be the guy. Like, I was this guy one time. I'm not gonna bring no names up. I guess the girl was upstairs with them or whatever, and I guess they told her to get a ride, and they were like, they said they'll give me a ride later, and she was looking at me like I was gonna give her a ride. I felt like, and I was like, no disrespect, bitch, I'm not giving you a ride. I had nothing to do with what went on in room 212. Like, I have nothing to do with what on there. But Jay Black pushed you out. He pushed you out the show and threw your jacket on your head. Like the jacket fell over your head. You're like, God damn. I thought I was part of the team.
I thought I was hanging out.
I thought I was supposed to.
I thought we were spending the day together. The Uber's outside.
Yo, but that chick, that night, that chick looked at me. I swear it was like 4:00 in the morning. She really looked at me with his eyes wide open, like, they said if I just chill for a little bit, they'll take me home. She was like, but I'm not sure they're really gonna take me home. I was like,
I ain't got nothing for you.
You might as well get to walking now.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing for you.
And stay out my FX Infinity. All right, so give the clip, the Miami clip. Give the Miami clip. That happened. Because there's always something tragic that turns everything. We were having so much fun, but now we got to deal with the reality of the reality of the reality. That's on top of the reality. That's humping the reality.
Okay.
Here's Sergeant Perez comes back. You'll see this right here. Watch there. Okay. Did you see that kick there? Okay. There it is in slow motion replay. So that's 3 times by Sergeant Officer Perez. So for these actions, Miami Beach Police Sergeant Jose Perez is being charged today. We then have Miami Beach Officer Kevin Perez. This video appears to show Kevin Perez picking Mr. Crudup at least 4 times. Let's see. You see the back there? That's Officer. That's a different angle. These are body-worn cameras at this point.
So sad. The sergeant, the man who is supposed to be in a position of law enforcement leadership, walks up to the scene and commits a criminal act.
I'm tired of commenting on this. Go ahead, Doc.
Well, no, I gotta say, I'm very optimistic and I'm extremely encouraged by the turnaround time, because we came up. I mean, my parents and grandparents came up where they had the riot, and after the riot, things still didn't happen. Some people remember, hearing about Emmett Till, and we were around, many of us, for Rodney King. We didn't get any type of arrest, indictment. We were getting suspended with pay. We were watching people get vacations, and even as recent as Zimmerman with Trayvon Martin, like, people have been, committing murder and just walking scot-free. So hearing about people getting indicted this fast, getting suspended this.
Did he freeze?
Yeah.
Like, I got to acknowledge the type of progress this symbolizes. This wasn't happening in the 90s. This wasn't happening before Black Lives Matter. We weren't seeing this rash of indictments. I saw that the Detroit police officer was suspended for punching a man in what they called Greektown. I saw that Colorado incident where the guy was getting pistol whipped. They said that they were arresting cops and suspending cops and all this different stuff. The cop in Colorado is facing felony charges. Like, wow. I do have to look at it and say, you know what? We were just talking about this a couple months ago, hoping that this will be the typical response. Mm-hmm. And there has been a tipping point. There has been a change. It's a new day. It's a paradigm shift where it's like, I'm not saying it's not still a culture of brutality. I'm not saying it's still. I'm saying if you get caught, it's almost like the government. Like, back in the Rambo movies, if you get caught, we don't know you. So we're going to send you on this mission. But as well as we do, if you get caught out there doing what we told you to do, we not with you. And before it was the police union was rushing out there and saying, we didn't do nothing and we all stand together and we don't know what's on the tape. We gotta wait till all the facts come out. We're not firing anybody. Now it's like, no, you're suspended. You're indicted.
But knowing his body cameras, why for him to, like the David said, he literally walked up and kicked him in the head, knowing you recorded. Like, what's the mindset that was blowing my mind?
Because he was protected. They grew up waiting to have these jobs, to have this kind of power over people. Like, because if you grew up as a Black person and you watched Rodney King, you watch people get kicked 50-something, and you become a cop. Not that you're a bad person or you want to be violent, but you do know that does happen sometimes. Even what a bad apple, whatever percentage you want to put on it, you know that lane is open where this is the one profession where you could probably do that to somebody and not spend the rest of your life in jail. What other profession can you even think of that today at work, I pistol whip somebody, punched them in the face on camera, stomped them with my boot, and I'm going back to work tomorrow? Yeah. Basically no other job. Just like with fraternities, you get people who got no girlfriends, no boyfriends, no attention, and you get people who are really, out there. You get the best and the worst, right? And cops are the same way. People who really want to save the world, make the community better, they say, I'm going to become a cop. People who, never had a girlfriend, got issues, and want to overcompensate for other things in their life and beat their girlfriends up and all, they say, I want to be a cop. And the biggest rate of domestic violence and all that and murder of is police officers. So you got the best and the worst. But right now, the culture is shifting where it's like all eyes is on y'all. They running down in Mount Laurel at people's houses that are civilians. So if we hold civilians to these standards where they can't be outwardly racist on camera without getting put in handcuffs, I'm really happy that I'm glad it happened in my lifetime. I'm glad I'm living in a time where police officers are getting indicted, facing felony charges, getting suspended without pay in a good turnaround time. Because with Zimmerman, we had to protest for like 50 days just for him to get rearrested.
I never thought we would see this in this lifetime. Honestly, not for the blue. I did not think we would see this.
And I hope, like, I'm glad that the turnaround time is gotten faster and stuff like that. And I hope that somebody like just sits there and goes like, what makes these officers that comfortable?
Mm.
Like, where's the root of this? Because they just don't jump into this overnight.
Well, if you but Michael Shawn, like if you have that culture of untouchability.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I said I want the question to be asked.
Why
are y'all so comfortable in doing stuff like this?
Mm-hmm.
Because there has to be like Dr. Smith said, it was a culture where they could get away with this. Okay, so now we need to talk about these are just the foot soldiers who do this. Now we need to talk about the higher ups.
Well, the one guy was a sergeant. The clip, like you said,
he's a sergeant. Yeah, exactly. So
just
I'm like,
promoted.
Can we now get to the root cause of you guys? Because now what they're doing is they're basically saying this is collateral damage. Like Dr. Smith said, you guys got caught doing what we do.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want to catch you. We need to catch you guys. The higher ups that send the foot soldiers down to do your dirty work, but you guys tell them it's all good to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the next step in this, and we got
to pat. It's the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act that we talked about before, right?
Right.
We have to end qualified immunity that's stopping these officers from getting sued. Like those systemic changes need to occur now. Now people there's a lot of attention on the problem. They're picking some of these bad apples per se, but we can't be satisfied with that, right? Because if they come back with they denied Chauvin's appeal and they say he got to do the time, all that is good. But like you're saying, Mike, we got to get into the root of it. You can't prove the problem. We got to get uproot it from the roots and say what types of training and systems are in place. Qualified immunity, they need to get sued. If a cop stomps on me and shoots me, I need to be able to sue that person because in any other instance, I can. If the doctor messes up, malpractice suits, right? I still sue them. Even if they got insurance for it, I'm still suing that doctor.
Yep.
With cops, we got this qualified immunity where it's an extra layer of protection. Like I said, why would they think they could do it? What's influencing them? Somebody telling them, you good. You immune. You immune from repercussions for what you do. Now go ahead and have a good day and serve and protect. And they're out there like this. Because I know you can't do nothing to me. And if anything, the city's going to pay. If I'm found guilty of murdering somebody and I don't get indicted and as a civil suit, I don't even pay. The city pays. You're asking somebody to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark said, Mike, when you were an overseer and now you're an officer, that where a lot of this is coming from. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. And who trained these officers? I mean, I don't even think it's like, maybe it is. I was gonna say something, but I was like, I think the
training. It's
I think the training is the same old. It just comes out of a book. Like we train, we train culture. Yeah, but then when you have the venom for another race of people, everybody gets the same train. I mean, dog, I saw a black police officer kick somebody in the face that was sitting on the floor.
Right.
Yeah, the Detroit cop who punched that guy, that viral video, that big black guy, but it makes you think. I know this guy was stopped and frisked in his lifetime. He's a big, black, dark-skinned dude. I know that he's had run-ins with the police. But like you said, what happens when you put on the uniform, like that Stanford prison experiment where they gave some people, roles of prisoners and some people roles of guards, and they all started acting out their roles within a few minutes. And then, it was an unethical study now because people literally started abusing the people. The people started behaving like guards and abusing the people who were supposed to be prisoners. So once you get to us and them, you could have been the one getting abused yesterday. You put on the uniform today, you're like, it's like shirts and skins. I'm on the other team. And that quick, all the cultural training and signals kick in, and you're not a black person anymore. You're not somebody who's been abused by the cops their whole life. You're a cop now. You're blue. And they do that. They do instill that in you. You're blue. So now it's like, I'm going to do what the blue does. And I don't care if you're black or white, I'm punching people in the face that did nothing. They didn't arrest the guy. Knocked him out, knocked him down. His head hits the concrete, no medical attention. And they just walk away. And it happened in Philly with that old man. Remember when they had the riots and that old guy got knocked down and bumped his head?
Yeah.
And they all walked over him. You know what kind of culture it takes for you to walk over an elderly person whose head has just concussed against the concrete and is bleeding?
You know what type of culture it takes? Our culture.
Yeah, you got to turn off your humanity. You got to really turn off everything that is empathizing with people. And
I don't want to go too far off track. They have this experiment they had on TV that I saw, and it was in London, and there was a little kid walking, and a dude on a crowded sidewalk scoops the kid up, grabs him, and runs off with him into an alley. Nobody stops to do anything. They look.
You know, they say the more people that are there, the less likely somebody is.
That's what. Yeah, the more people that are there, the less. And I was like, God damn! And the kid screams, scoops him up. He dips off in the alley, and nobody.
What would you do, Mike? You just follow and watch? Like, would you put hands on a guy? Like, what would you do?
I grab him. I have a real sensitivity towards kids. And I'll take the L.
Yell, scream, something.
I'll take that.
We talked about that. Yeah, like
I will take the L for if I see a kid. I'm just walking down a sidewalk. A man comes, scoops him up, grabs him, and runs into an alley. I'm running into the alley, and I probably it's probably not going to end well for me. I can't just see a kid. I'm
not watching that. I'm not watching. I actually had that experience. We had I was on 15th and Ridge, 15th Fairmont, and I was in the house and I heard somebody doing the whole like, oh, help me. Oh, help me. And that's like the third time. I was like, damn, I guess nobody's going to go out there. Right. So I go outside, literally, dude pushing the, woman of the night. So people feel as though, if somebody's a sex worker, they have the right to violate them, like I don't know. It's something real sick in people where I guess they feel it's not rape if somebody who works in the sex industry. So, ladies, it's a lot of going on my block back then. So he's like pushing this lady into the alley, basically attempting to rape her. And I'm looking like, how deeply do I attack this guy? Right. So I'm literally like walking up. And I guess they were thinking that, like you said, Mike, I guess my thing was supposed to be to act like I didn't see it. Right. So he was continuing to attempt to assault this woman under the assumption that I guess like most people, I'd probably mind my business. So I'm like, yo, what the? Then he like jumps up and literally just starts walking away. So the lady's like yelling, cussing him out. And I'm like, I had the brick phone and Nokia back in the day. We played the game Snake on it.
Yeah.
I'm calling the cops. I don't even call the cops. I'm like, no, we can see him now. So we basically walked like 3 blocks behind this guy. The cops pull up and talk to him. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you what happened. And even the cop was like, you should be with us, man. You're not scared. But I was thinking to myself, I like the excuse. So I know for a fact, if I saw that, I'd be like, now I got an excuse to want all the smoke.
Say if you're wrong, and then what? Like, because I'm just remembering me being out Wildwood and my son at like 2 years old. He didn't look, he's high yellow, curly hair, but look nothing like me. And I'm pulling him away and he's screaming and hollering and trying to get away from me. And people looking like he didn't look like he could be my kid, in my opinion. But now, and I had a bunch of eyes on me as we walking through, and he's screaming, hollering, no, mommy. And he, and I had
on my site, but if you go in the alley,
alley is a little different. Alley's a little different.
Citizens arrest mode. And I'm just gonna have to be wrong. I don't care. Like, I'd rather grab you up and you, like you said, like Mike said, you swing on me and be like, get over to my kid, whatever, bro. Like,
but even in J Black's situation, even with that, because I'm nosy as hell. When I see stuff like that, because I have a low tolerance for adults who, are like that with children. Right, like not like what you're saying, J Black, but you see a parent tired, they mad at their kid, they're taking it out on their kid, and you see them dragging their kid, come on, or yanking, come on. I'm constantly watching stuff like that, and I'm constantly watching. If I see somebody with a kid, I don't care if they look like you or not, and they're help me, somebody help me. Yeah, I might follow you. I'm not gonna mind my business for sure. And I'm going to try to assess the situation. Like, do I call the cops? No. Do I think about putting myself in harm's way? Of course, we don't want to put ourselves in harm's way, but the humanistic side of us, you got to do something. You can't just like walk past, like, it don't concern me. It ain't me. And go about your day. So
it's interesting. Even like when Ness was saying about we're the only people in other communities, you're not just going to be doing that. Like, I couldn't go into nobody else's community and do none of that. Like you said, like you said, Jay, if you look like that's not your kid, because other communities, if the kid looks Asian, if the kid looks white, other communities
doing with that kid,
be black and be like, what's going on here?
What's going on?
Be justified.
the airline that just was recently in the news is a black girl, and they have a white little baby, baby sister that was adopted sister, and they called the cops while she was in the air, saying that they feel like it was trafficking. They were sex trafficking, taking a little girl. Come to find out it was her sister. And
yeah, they don't mind stepping in. They don't have no problems calling all kind of authorities. They be wrong 90% of the time, and they still be calling. So if all the Karens is all bold, if white women will walk up, they'll walk up to a whole group of black dudes and call the police in their face. White woman with a phone is like a black man with a gun. She will walk up to y'all and be like, "I'm calling the cops." Tell you right now, and the cops might come kill you. She will stand there. They act like they're scared of you, but they will walk up to you, call the cops on you, try to get lethal force, inflicted on you, and stay on the phone the whole time in your face. They don't care if you're sleeping in the dorm, your daughter's selling water. So if they could be that bold with their racism, I could be that bold with helping people, because that's what we used to have. We used to have a village. Other people be for kids and intervene.
And the black girl did say, real quick, man, the black girl did say, if it was a white man with a little black baby, they want to play, they would have said, "Oh, look at them taking care of the little black kid." And they wouldn't have called the cops. And I think they're trafficking this little black kid from this white person. So,
and that's usually the way it actually happens. Usually when you hear about these overseas situations, these adopted children from African places, that's usually how it goes down. It's usually not some black dude with a bunch of white kids in the house, or putting white dudes in dresses.
And no, you're right about that. But to switch gears, I think most of us here on the show are vaccinated. But if you're not vaccinated, get ready. It's not going to be voluntary. I'm just giving you a heads up. Really? It's not going to be voluntary.
I know New York they passed something.
Yeah, like you can't go into a restaurant, bar, any establishment without the vaccination card. It's gonna happen. You're not gonna be able to get on.
If he was vaccinated,
he's not. Okay, listen.
I'm a
just give me my dollar.
What's the updates now? I know they keep changing. They said so people who are vaccinated still have to wear masks. I saw one time even when they're inside.
Yes. The CDC has updated their guidelines, and even if you're vaccinated and you go into a closed place or establishment, you have to wear masks.
And they said you can still get it, or you can still get the new variant.
No, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I can't keep track. I've been trying to keep
nobody can keep track. Like if I get the vaccination, I can still catch it. Now they're saying in certain.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
No, now they're saying in certain places, well. They fix these numbers where it's like 90% of the people who are getting it were unvaccinated. Yeah, but you just told me another number yesterday. But my whole point of this is that it's going to be a point where it's not going to be a choice. You're not going to have, they're going to make it that you have to. Now, once again, I'm vaccinated. So I don't want anybody thinking that I'm sitting here going, don't get vaccinated. But it's scary that you're not going to have a choice.
Oh no, that's a separate problem that goes well beyond healthcare. I'm not with I wasn't at the Capitol on January 6th. I am not one of those freedom Trump supporter. Patrick Henry, don't tread on me. But I do know that the Constitution, like I've said before with free speech, it's a slippery slope. Once you start saying you got to give up some of your freedoms, this is the problem. And I'm gonna tell you that it's ironic that the same people who are the biggest threat to our democracy are probably the demographic most in a position to save it, which are these angry white men. These angry white men could destroy the country, but these angry white men are the ones who are going to let them know why it was America in the first place. The reason why we were able to take millions of other people's land and go all over the world kicking butt, when I say we in quotes, right? Not really me, but the reason why America is America is because they don't play that ish. So go ahead and try it. And you remember Clive Bundy, that racist guy with the ranch, and the federal agents came to his ranch and they turned guns right on him and said, do what y'all got to do. And the FBI was like, actually, let's talk. Because Clive Bundy had like 50 dudes with assault rifles on his ranch.
Ready to go.
Like, it could be a Waco. Like if y'all want it, we not the regular people. We the Americans that made it America. We the ones that'll come in and see 10 million people and say, we could clear this in 10 years and wipe out 90% of the buffalo while we at it. That spirit still lives on this continent. That spirit of you will not tread on me and tell me what to do. And that's the part they're not trying to like be, acknowledging. And these white men ain't letting you put no shots in them. And it's a significant amount of them. Like places like Alabama, Mississippi, it's going to be civil wars. And there's going to be federal agents and health workers that are like, I'm not going into these districts. Because I remember, what's the guy's name that got shot with a shotgun? The black guy who got shot when the two white boys jumped off the pickup truck.
Oh, while he was jogging. While he was jogging.
Right?
Yeah.
That area. The history of those areas. Some of these sundown towns, some of these places where the Klan is rampant, even places in Pennsylvania like this, you ain't going up there telling them what to do. You're not. And that's the part they keep giving all this propaganda about, oh, it's gonna be mandatory. There's people right now like, yo, you do remember when Obama was president and they had a shortage on ammunition? They was buying up every bullet in the world, hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition. They've been talking about training for civil war and tyranny for the past 50 years. Some of them still think the South is going to return. They got all the guns, Mike. I'm talking about they got millions of guns. They own millions and millions of guns.
Trust me, I get it, but it's the weirdest thing, and I'm not trying to get into theories. You're causing friction, but at the same time, as you're causing this friction, you're trying, and everybody feels it. You're about to make vaccinations mandatory. And you're about to tell Americans to do something that violates every natural principle that we've grown up on.
And
but
it still ain't FDA approved, right? But go ahead.
Yeah,
I thought it was. I thought they tried to. I thought because somebody came at Clyburn, I thought he said that it was FDA approved now. I don't know. I can't keep track either.
You can't keep track with this because we all got lives and they know we got lives. So there's no way to research every single thing because I work every day and I take care of kids and all that good stuff. My point is you are now getting people feeling like they're getting their rights violated, but you're still making it really accessible to get guns. And I'm sitting there going,
that's all.
What is the plan here? You're making it easier to get guns. And at the same time, you're trying to take people's rights away. Once again, I'm vaccinated, got the shots, I'm good. Well, for whatever good means. But you're leading to something. There's something that's getting led to that's really strange. Because you would think normally, way this country does things, the first thing they would do is like, yo, we're about to start taking rights. What we're not going to do is let them have guns. What we're going to do is we're going to start supporting that guns are going to be very difficult for them to get. We're going to make sure that you're going to have to go through the same steps even more as you get a driver's license. We're going to make it more. And it's weird to me that they've made it easier for people to get guns. And I'm sitting there going like, the conflict is coming. I've said this months ago. The day y'all try and lock this country down, it's going to get lit on fire. And it ain't going to be black people.
But the beauty is black people are the canary in the mine, because if you've ever lived in an area that was gentrified, then you remember how they let it go. I lived in an area where I asked the same questions, Mike. I was like, yo, it's 2 crack houses on my block. There's hookers out in the middle of the day. What do they want to happen? And then over time, I look back and said they wanted it to fall, because then they came in, so sometimes you look around and be like you said, it almost seems like they're fomenting and orchestrating a collapse. Right?
Yeah.
But I got 2 things that people could look up. There's something called the Doomsday Plane, which is the plane that the president and his people get on in nuclear conflict.
Right.
So they already have an Uber waiting for them if it all goes to hell. They got the Doomsday Plane. They're going to be floating up in the air while all of us get radiated. So the fact that they be on the news talking about bombing people, that's like somebody in the club talking about fighting, but if the fight breaks out, they're going to leave and leave you in there fighting. Like, no, then you shouldn't be talking about fighting. So these people that are fomenting collapse, Doomsday Plane is one. The other one is Billionaire Bunker. Billionaire Underground Bunker. It's major business. They have every intention on leaving us here when what Mike said happens. Once it all goes to hell, they have bunkers 20 feet underground, and I'm not Doomsday Planes. They'll be below us living good. They have armies down there, arsenals. So when you try to get in the bunker, they will spray you up, right? You're going to be on the level. They're going to be like Jeff Bezos in space. They're going to be flying above you in Doomsday Plane. They're going to be underground, and we're going to be living like Escape from New York. So a lot of people, and one thing I would do want to say, they've moved the goalposts, because this is one thing people aren't paying attention to. They were saying this many deaths, this many hospital fills. What happened to those statistics? Now all we're hearing is who contracted it. Nice try. How many people recover from it? Oh, 80+%. How many people in the hospital? Oh, the hospitals aren't overflowed. How many people die? Oh, they're not saying people dying because a lot of people vaccinated. See, I don't like when they change the metrics like that. Tell me what's the likelihood if I get it to recover? If it's over 80-something%, a lot of people gonna be like, if the hospitals ain't overflowing, if people ain't dying all crazy, why are you giving more and more anxiety to the people every day? Like, you trying to scare people. And they said, one of the things said that the pharmaceutical companies stand to make more money than they've ever made on any other product. One company alone has the possibility to make $15 billion. Anybody who's anybody says, you want to find the truth, follow the money. if they really wanted us to be healthy, they would give us universal health care. Stop acting like you care about my health when the primary reason for bankruptcy is medical bills. And like 500,000 people a year go bankrupt because of medical bills, and people die from being uninsured and underinsured. Don't act like you care. And if you want people to believe you, then show you care. Find out if Fauci and them was really funding gain-of-function research in the Wuhan lab. Stop acting like it came from a market a block away from somebody eating a damn bat, because you tried that with AIDS, talking people who was in a monkey, right? We've heard this story so many times. It's like, we think that one day out in the woods. No, we think that y'all mess with cells and y'all mess with viruses and y'all play games and try to make weapons out of them. And they call it gain-of-function research. And y'all was doing it at the same place that it happened. People been saying this stuff was man-made way back when it was AIDS and everything else, and nobody want to believe nobody. But the longer we live, it seems as though a lot of these diseases and viruses that transmit from animals to people were involved. Otherwise, you're saying that nature and God made all these mistakes. Not going with that.
And not only that, but it's not even like a rumor. Bill Gates is on video talking about population control.
Yeah. If we do a good job, he said, with vaccines, he said we can reduce the population, blah, blah, blah.
He said it.
Yeah, and everybody like didn't happen. His dad worked with eugenics and Planned Parenthood and was all about culling the population. His dad was all about superior races and breeding and all that. Bill Gates' father was big with that. And Bill Gates' father could be seen in the picture behind Anthony Fauci with the Rockefeller, like I said last time.
And it's not approved, by the way. FDA aims to get final approval for the vaccine by early September. So
even that, how do you force somebody to, usually it takes 2 years, now it took 6 months, it's not approved. Oh, but you got to take it. Why should I believe the people who lied to me my whole life?
So herein lies. It's a financial gain. I was just saying this earlier to Michael Shawn, how I looked at the stocks and I was like, dang, I'm kicking myself because Moderna stock is like $10 a share. And then I looked yesterday and it's like $400 a share.
Yeah, people
we're talking about a year ago, $10 a share. And $400 a share. That's crazy.
And you can always follow the money. And this is why I say I'm vaccinated. And I also say, if you're not, I understand. We turn on each other so fast because we've been told this is what we should do. I will admit to you 1,000 times, they got me with the kryptonite. They got me. They said I can kill my kids. I can get my kids sick. I can get my mom and dad sick. They got me with the kryptonite. Yeah. But if you're somebody who says, I've watched Bill Gates says he wanted to control population control. If you're somebody who says, as an African-American person, I've been lied to by the government forever. For not for the last 10 years, from the inception of the country. But then it's like we turn on each other and we go like, oh, I can't believe this person ain't doing that vaccination. Listen, people, this is a bigger problem. Like when Jay reads that stat where the FDA hasn't even like certified the vaccine. Think about that. That's like somebody saying, I can't even think of it. It's so illogical. I can't even.
But I'm not backing you. Take it. I suggest you take it, but I'm not backing it. Not just yet.
Like that,
because the FDA is like the be all end all. Of everything.
And let me tell you,
Mike, here go the book right here. This is the book. Anybody who got something to say, you ask them to read this one first. Medical Apartheid, The Dark History of Medical Experimentation on Black Americans from Colonial Times to the Present. They've been experimenting on us the whole time. And everybody's like, just go take it, just go medicine, just go read. And at least like you said, know why some people don't take it. Because what I'm committed to doing this cycle is, like you said, I'm not gonna bully or shame or try to disrespect anybody for their decisions. That's one thing I think we can do. One way we can fight back is to not get baited into the tug of war, antagonistic, you're a bad person, you're dumb, you're not qualified to be in society, because that's the engine that they need. They need the division.
The lynch mob, the lynch mob. Yep.
Yeah, they need that mentality to foment where people start attacking other people and canceling other people and try to regulate other people's behavior. So what I'm not going to fall victim to, no matter how much I read, like I said, If you got a vaccine because you don't want to harm your children, then more power to you. And I fully respect everybody's decision. If somebody else is cautious, I fully respect and understand their decision. And if the FDA and the government make certain, provisions based on what they think is safe for all the people in terms of where people can go, I respect that too. And if there's places I can't go, other people can't go, I think they should just, you gotta play the hand you dealt. If you choose not to take it and they say you need to have taken it to go here, it is what it is. No need for disrespect. And we can all just, Rodney King, get along with it. And I think that's what we need to do.
And then it's the common sense of the common sense. It's just the common sense. When this happened in China, not a Trump fan, I'm going to repeat it one more time. We could have closed our borders. We could have said no one in, no one out.
Well, they did criticize Trump when he did close them.
That's what I was saying. That's why I'm saying I'm not a Trump fan.
Yeah.
But he tried to close the borders and say no one in, no one out. And everyone's like, oh, he's anti. No, he's anti-virus.
He's anti-virus.
That's what he's anti. And now we're sitting in a situation where I'm sitting there going like, every time I see Dr. Fauci talk, I start looking at him sideways.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at him sideways.
Because now I'm really like, dog. Now you're talking.
I've been believing Fauci.
Now we're gonna get ready for the booster shot.
Oh yeah, no, and that part too, Mike. People act like that's like a dude saying, "Let me just put the head in."
Yeah,
like who believes this? Who thinks this is the only request?
That line
Who thinks it's gonna stop here? like that's what it reminds me of. Like if you believe that,
you little kid.
If you believe that's what I want, if you be like, thank you, this was a great time we just had. Want to have dinner? Like you really think I'm asking this little question to not ask another question? You really think I just want to put the head in? Okay, let me just give you this one shot. I promise. Really? What are we? 14 years old? What are we? 14-year-old girls at the like? What are we talking about? Why do we think? Oh, you just made $15 billion. Pfizer's about to make $15 billion. You gonna stop there? You're not gonna keep going.
You're not gonna get more. We can make more money. Yeah.
Right.
No.
And this whole Delta, they've been talking about the Delta variant. They've been talking about this, right? They've been talking about this forever. And y'all still let the country open up? And y'all still let the Milwaukee Bucks have a parade for their championship with 80,000 people? You still have Lollapalooza go on with 180,000 people? This is going, and you guys have been telling us, hey, and then y'all open up the country. Why? Because now there's going to be another shot that everybody has to take.
Now, I told you earlier.
They were talking about the baby's comments and not the fact that there were people
with no mask on.
With no mask on, all up on each other.
I blame the consumer, though. I mean, don't go. Don't go.
But if they regulate, they shouldn't open it. I'm saying if you're gonna regulate opening and closing things, then close the concert just like you closing the gym and the bar. Be consistent. I want these government entities to be consistent.
Versus what you've been
saying. But they're not gonna do that. So what I'm saying is, as a people, then that's where we have to say, all right, we're not gonna go to this. I'm not.
We need more self-governance.
But the problem with that is that when you lock, they know what they're doing. They lock people down for a long period of time. And then they know once I open the doors up, they're coming out. Number one, they gotta come out because of financial situations.
Yeah, gotta go to work.
Businesses and everything like that. And number two, you've held everybody in a house that's never been done in history. You open up the doors, we all flood, and I'm one of them. We all run out there, and then they go
social emotionally we're wrecked.
Yeah.
Our social emotional well-being is wrecked from being in the house.
But it's like, okay, you guys all run out there because you're gonna have to take this next shot. And we're going to sell it to you. It's like if I keep you somewhere and I don't let you eat, and what I have when you eat this is going to be unhealthy. And you're like, no, you can't eat for 7 days. You don't give a fuck what you eat after that. And then after you eat it, you go like, guess what? I got this pill you can take that can help with what you just ate. It's like the most basic skills thing. And I'm sitting there in the middle of it going like, I can't believe and watch, in 6 months, they're going to tell everybody, they're going to have everybody lined up to take the booster shot.
But that's what I'm saying. We as the people have to start making some decisions. Yeah, okay. I hate that for like the entertainment industry, but hey, just sit down for a little while. We could slow it down if we wanted to.
But they have you in a situation where at some point you have to come out. They know you have to come
you gotta
out.
go to the grocery store. So you come up with a plan. Okay, this person is gonna go to the grocery store and get the stuff for us. It's planning and
teamwork,
common sense. That's really all it is.
And apps. These apps deliver.
Yeah, but they know the inner city and parts of a bunch of cities, them apps ain't delivering. In the poorest parts of these states, they gotta go out.
You gotta make a plan. That's what I'm saying. But the people have to be educated on that and understand that, hey, this is an option. That's like with my kids. I explain to them farming. I'm like, the one thing you need to learn how to do is plant your own food. Because if it goes sideways, you will always be able to eat.
And that is strategy that's amazing. And you're right. The problem is the majority of this country hasn't been raised like that. And they know this. They know how much they've made us unable to sacrifice or make food for ourselves.
Especially if you live in an urban area and you've never even seen a large enough patch of green grass to grow anything, let alone have that thought process to do that.
Where do you get seeds from?
But I put that back on us because that's what we control. We control who's in office and who's in government. So we as a people, and I'm not just talking about black people, I'm talking about all people. We gotta start thinking and recognizing what power we really have.
Shawnee, this brainwash started hundreds of years ago.
I'm gonna show you how deep it goes. Because Jay Black, no offense to him, because I said the same thing. Jay Black said, "Where you get the seeds at?" And the irony is, the seed is in the fruit when you buy it.
Yeah, when you buy it. That's
you
what
can take those seeds out and plant them, and nobody tells you that because they want you to come back to the store.
Right, and that's only if you don't get the.
Yeah, take a piece of it and bury it.
Don't get the organic.
It'll sprout.
Don't get if my kids like watermelon, they go, let's get this. No, it's seedless.
Yeah,
if it doesn't have seeds in it, it's something wrong with it.
Right.
You go to them Philly boys have been doing it for generations. You know, the watermelon stand, the famous one.
And unfortunately, they have us in the matrix. They have us in the matrix where we can say all this. We're still going outside, y'all. We're still going outside.
And you still ain't planting your own fruit. You still ain't planting that.
No, there are people who are planting their own food, but we're still going outside. We still going outside.
Watermelon. That's what they need. Carter's watermelon. That generational business. Them black family. You know, they've been out there forever selling watermelon.
The watermelons. Yeah.
But there's videos on YouTube, Jay, that show ways that you could take your vegetables and your fruit, take the roots. You know, take the top of a carrot off and bury that and build. You know, and they got whole little clips where you can just get what you already bought from the store, but they try to make you dependent. They make you think that their food is cleaner to the point where you don't want to go into a garden and take food out the ground because that's dirty.
Y'all got Walmart?
Been on a truck and on a floor.
Yeah, we got Walmart.
Of course.
Y'all got they sell the little starter packs in there.
That too. And places like Home Depot and all that, you can go all them places too. They got a bunch of seeds you can pick from. For now, because Monsanto and I know Bill Gates is the biggest owner of farmland in the United States right now. He's buying up all the farms and moving some of the Native Americans off their farms. And like I said, there's a plan. Obviously, there's a plan. Why are you buying up all this farmland and buying up all these seeds? Because Bill Gates.
Why they don't teach it in school anymore? Why they don't teach agriculture at the elementary level anymore?
So when you get your bag of your weed, you can take the seeds out and you can plant those too, and grow your own weed, huh?
He was doing that back in the day, the homegrown.
Weed comes from the ground. It comes from the earth.
My family, let me chill out. I was like, I know some. I said, no, I don't know nobody. Nobody had little plants. I don't know. Nobody had little plants.
My grandfather used to do that.
In the 70s with the white out papers. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, my grandfather used to do that. He used to put it out off the little landing. And he used to have grow off the little balcony, go out the window in Jersey. You know, we all have them. And he used to have his little stuff out there and grow his own weed.
Yeah, but don't touch that plant. Don't touch that one.
Yeah, don't touch that plant.
Don't touch that one.
But you know, I Dr. Smith, before you came on the show, I was telling Michael, Shawn, and them that, you know, my aunt and my uncle right now have the Delta strain in Arkansas and are hospitalized. And she said just the way that she felt and the way that the doctors treated her. She said, you know, the doctors literally, she said, well, you should have got the shot. You know, we can't do nothing for you right now. And basically set her in a room where there was someone that was, you know, basically dying, going through the process of dying. And the way that she described it, she said, well, look, I didn't get the shot because I just finished chemo. She said, that's why I didn't get the shot. So, it's you think about all of the because that goes into the whole healthcare inequities that you experience, not just before COVID and dealing with the shot, whether to get it or whether to not, but if you catch it and you're in the hospital and experiencing, the healthcare disparities versus what your counterparts are experiencing. And then the doctors, because they're tired, they're taking it out on, not all, but some doctors are taking it out on the patients. Like, why what do you mean you don't have the shot? It's nothing we could do for you right now. You should have got the shot.
But it's the chaos. That's the chaos that a government wants to happen. So the doctors and everybody, like you said, they're weary. They believe COVID is real, y'all. There is a disease out here that is affecting people. But it's like the higher ups get everybody to be exhausted. So doctors are working, nurses are sick and tired, parents are like, God damn, should I take a vaccination? All the chaos happens as they sit there and they go like, let the chaos continue. So these pharmaceutical companies can keep making money and watch us scramble. Watch us keep scrambling. Watch us keep getting mad. And I know there's something weird about it because I hate to bring this to sport, but the NFL could tell their players that they have to be vaccinated. They could.
The NBA did, right? I thought the NBA did.
Well, they're trying. They're doing everything in their power, but there's something weird because they're like, okay, you'll have to pay this fine. You have to pay that fine. Even these NFL owners are going like, something's weird about this. Even they know there's something weird about this. They're going like, we want to just be like, all right, everybody does it or you don't play. But they're like, all right, you got to pay this fine. This team pays the fine. If you guys you have to say you lose the game, concede the game, and all this other stuff. When the NFL normally is very ironclad, they always just go like, this is what it is. And I'm like, y'all not even sure about this shit. Y'all not even sure. But, happy Friday, everybody.
I got a question about the vaccine. And somebody asked me this, and I haven't been able to find the answer yet. But are they requiring that military personnel, are they mandated to get the vaccine?
I thought the military was involved in the government workers. I thought government workers had to.
Yeah, government workers have to, or there was something else. They either have to, or they have to get tested every single day.
Regularly, once a week.
Tested, I believe. My dad works on the Air Force Base out in Arkansas, and he's actually just getting his shot yesterday. So I don't think that there's a mandate, or it may be just non-civil. Non-civil employees. I don't know what that, the difference between the two that they're making, but I know my dad just got his shot, so I know that there's not a mandate for all employees.
But how are you gonna? And this is another thing. How exactly were you gonna stop the spread of COVID if you had everybody locked down, but you still had international travel? You still had planes coming in. You still had planes coming in from all over the world, and I was on a plane when everybody was locked down. That's when I was like, "This is a joke." I'm going on planes to visit my kids, going back and forth. I'm seeing the international in Philadelphia. I'm seeing them land too. So I'm like, how in the hell were you supposed to stop COVID from spreading if you still had people from out the country coming in the entire time?
I would tell people to Google two things. Bill Gates has recently denied lifting the patents for international production of the vaccine. I think it was, I got one quote from Sky News where it says, the billionaire philanthropist was asked if he thought it would be helpful to lift intellectual property protections on COVID vaccines. To many people's surprise, his answer was no. The thing that's holding things back in this case is not intellectual property, Gates said. It's not that there's some idle vaccine factory with regulatory approval, which is not true. There are factories now that nobody is using throughout the world that they're like, we can make hundreds, if not millions of vaccines. We got a pristine new factory. So that comment is patently false. And you can look it up. You could put factory ready for vaccines empty, and you can Google it and look and take a tour yourself today. You've got to do a trial on these things. No. So he was like, we can make vaccines for everybody. And he said, no, we keeping these patents going. We keeping this bag going. So if you really cared about me in Philly taking a shot, then make the vaccine available for free to everybody. Lift all the patents. I thought it was a big emergency. Why are we talking about patents and who can do it and who can't? The other thing I would say is look up Tanzania, because remember the president was doubting the vaccine, and they were mad because they were making respirators on a 3D printer and weren't paying $16,000 for instead of paying like $200. before he died, right? Tanzania COVID deaths, COVID cases and COVID deaths. Right now, Tanzania, I think they're at 1 million something people caught it. I think they're at 24 deaths.
Out of 1 million, wow. And Shiny, to your point,
1,017 cases, 21 deaths.
The announcement should be coming today, Shiny.
Because they're so primitive and they don't have all the factories and technologies. Why they not getting it? Why they not? Why only 20 people got it out of a whole country? But you never hear it on the news. But if they was at war, if there was some kids with Boko Haram taking girls, if there was then the Africa be on the news every night. If some people was hungry with flies on their face and they were trying to raise money for some white organizations, every night on the arms of an angel, right? But now that Africa can outpace the world and not getting these diseases, you ain't heard the word Africa. When AIDS was out and they was blaming Africa, you heard Africa every night. Like people playing games out here. So when y'all stop playing games, then I'll start listening to what y'all think I should do. But until then, I'm like, well, what about all these African countries that ain't getting it? Like, why are we not talking about, why are we not doing what they're doing? Why are we not even asking them? Why are we not in conversation? If we have enough vaccines that can go around the world, why are you not lifting the patent and making sure everybody, because you're making money. Because you don't want to.
I was just saying, real quick, that Shani, the Secretary of Defense should be making an announcement today on the mandatory vaccine policy for the military. So it'll be coming later today. It says policy, so I don't know. It could be some not mandatory, but it's something that's coming today related.
Well, happy
it's
Friday,
not mandatory.
everybody.
Happy Friday.
It's
not mandatory.
He said they're going to make an announcement.
I think
it's
not. I think she's on a delay.
She's on a delay. I don't know what's going on.
They ain't like what she was saying.
I don't know why. What happened? I don't know what happened.
We talking too much about
it. We talking too much about it.
The Illuminati coming for us.
Yeah, all right, y'all. Dr. Smith, thank you so much. Once again, every Friday, Dr. Smith gets on here and rocks out with us. Shout to Eness for joining the show. What's the name of the book again?
Medical Apartheid.
Medical Apartheid. Make sure. And who's the author?
Harriet Washington. And they ain't making no documentaries. You don't see no news stories. They ain't mentioned it the whole last 2 years. They keep talking about why that black people are one of the main groups. Well, tell why. Like, tell the whole story. Stop pathologizing us like we just some scary, superstitious, dumb people, and explain why we don't feel the same way about, the institutions that other people do.
Yeah, God, enjoy your weekend, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Smith. Shout out to Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott. We end the
just
show.
one time. Just the one. All right.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that.
I got you, Tam.
Tam, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. And you fight for everything else. Parking space, sales, and sales at the Walmart and all types of stuff. Fight for your happiness. Don't let nobody take that from you. It's Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends.
Oh, wait. No. Sunday. You better sell these tickets right quick.
Oh, shit. What in the fuck?
What's going on Sunday, Mike?
Sunday night, we are at the Arlington Improv. Luscious Barbie, TikTok superstar, comedian Hot Topic. I got more comedians coming through. Obviously, I'm there. It's my show. That's why it's my show. I'm there. Get your tickets. 817-635-5555 or improvtx.com/Arlington. Or just go to my Instagram at Mike Shawn Comedy and tap the link in my bio, and pay to laugh. That's all you got to do. Get on there. Me and Shawnee, if you're in the Dallas area, we're gonna do a pop-up shop today. Where are you located at again, Shawnee?
We will be at Southside on Lamar, right across from the police department.
So
from the Jack, whatever the name of that building is.
6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock, 6 to 8.
6 to 8, we'll be there. Rock it out. Make sure you get your tickets. 817-635-5555. Or just tap the link in my bio on my Instagram, Mike Shawn Comedy. And then we're good. Thank you, Shawnee. Almost forgot all about that. Goodness gracious. All right, y'all. We'll see you on Monday. Thank you, Dr. Smith, once again.
No doubt.
Everybody be safe. Have a good weekend. Yeah, yo.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits.